Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls the Fourth, and when I am done here, no academic throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
We never woke up. We fought for our lives, and I guess we failed. Last thing I remember is going dark. And that's all I got. What happens now?
The group of you had tumbled from dream to dream, having conducted a simple ritual before being pulled repeatedly through this parallel dimension beyond our own. And last week found yourselves facing down Captain Vadrack, a pirate captain, a bounty hunter from the Dreamlands himself, who had his eyes set on two of you. We lost that fight, indeed. Vadrack and his first mate were powerful foes that even with all of the incredible artifacts we'd found in the dream, we were unable to overcome. Now, fortunately, for two of us, the captain had his eyes set only on Cammy and MD, leaving Marius and Reginald free to return to the material plane. Before we get to our character introductions, do you still have 3 hero points, Sully?
I do. I have 3.
Because Arcada said for Sully's perception going up, but if she's still at 4, give it to Brett.
I'm not at 4.
If she's still at 4, give it to Brett.
No!
A hero point.
No!
It's going to me?
And tell her to spend her points.
Oh,
I have been. I'm just well loved.
Hey, now
And
now
Arcadis is telling you to roll worse.
1 bonus.
Arcadis. Okay.
You've been visited by the joyous man of overpowered centipedes. Great rolls and crit confirms will come to you, but only if you write "Fight on, centipede" within 1 minute.
Write it?
Sindern, 2016.
Is this literally?
A villain point from Link 1429 with
it's
the
already
original
over.
Strange Aeons meme.
Oh.
Let's introduce ourselves. Well, some of ourselves.
About 50%.
Let's start here with the things that we know.
Hi, I'm Marcus. I play Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger. That's the thing that we know.
And I'm going to jump
That's a thing that we know.
here.
Oh, my name is Brett. I play Reginald Sedacious Fox. I'm a investigator, detective type. What else? I stab things with a cane.
Kane's sword.
That's a thing that you know.
Cane sword, right? Yeah,
Something
whatever.
he knows.
Yeah, there's a sheath and everything.
The two of you have been through a lot on this river journey. Reginald, still somewhat new to this crew, but was quickly thrown into the deep end of these nighttime escapades, thinking perhaps that his journey to Sarnath was the worst that the group of you would experience, facing down the emissary of Bokrug and possibly Bokrug itself. But now, the two of you awaken here, back in your bunks in the ship's cabin aboard the Sullen Starling, early in the morning, like nothing was wrong. And, as an added bonus, for all of your trials and tribulations, you are both now level 11. Before we cover any more of your morning and what you see, we have two more characters also waking up in very different circumstances.
Oh man, I wasn't able to wake him up. All right, that's fine.
We'll start over here.
I'm Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, who's just a little sleepy, and it'll wear off soon.
That's all things that are correct.
I'm Colby. I play MD, our full-blooded orc rogue, who is suffering from a drowsiness caused by blood loss. A lot of it.
It's very common.
Very
It's
common.
incredibly common.
Especially amongst orcs.
Each of you awake in what appears to be a frighteningly familiar situation. As you wake up, unsure of where exactly you are or what your situation is, the first thing you are certain of is that you are not aboard the Sullen Starling. The floor beneath you is cold and hard. Smooth, unforgiving stone. You look around the small room that each of you are contained within, each of you alone. A room about 10 feet across with very little in it, save for a leather pallet, maybe 5.5 feet long. Not soft, but certainly nicer than this floor. A single metal bucket and some intermittent stains across the floor and walls. One side of this room is iron bars, running floor to ceiling, divided in half. One side of it anchored to the stone on both ends, the other mounted on heavy hinges on the outside, bolted soundly into the stone at the side of your cells. You can look across a narrow walkway to the other side of this prison to see more of these cells. Each of you looking across and seeing them all empty. Each of you completely alone. You have 1 hit point as you come to here. You find that you are wearing neither your clothes nor your armor, nor do you have any of your equipment. Each of you wearing what appears to just be a simple hempen gown. It's thin but covers your body and little else.
We're not together.
You are not together.
I'm gonna call out down the hallway. Like a loud noise.
Just
Yell, basically.
yelling.
Yep.
Cammy, as you pick yourself off the floor here, you hear just the angry scream, pained scream,
It's
what?
Angry. Mad.
A recognizable scream emanating out from right next to you.
Oh,
Just on the other side of the stone wall to your left.
okay.
The bars are spaced too closely together for you to stick your head through them. You can't look around, but you know for certain that's MD.
Oh, okay. As soon as I hear that, I would be like, MD? MD? I'm like, instinctively, I would be like banging on the walls as I like walk over to try and like, you said it's like a great, what's the front?
You basically have a 10-foot cell.
Yeah.
3 stone walls, and then one face is all iron bars. It's not like a door set into the stone. That whole side of the cell is just floor-to-ceiling iron bars with a little door an iron door inset into that.
I'd be like trying to worm my hand around, like
No,
I'm just as soon as I hear.
Your little arm
Yeah.
is thin enough. You can certainly, and as a response, MD, you see tiny little fingers grasping at the right end of your cell, slapping at the stone.
Put the baby in jail.
Baby jail.
It's not me. You're next to a 12-year-old.
Okay. Okay. So we're together at least.
Where? Do we recognize? This doesn't look like the ship because it's stone.
No,
Do we recognize?
it's oddly reminiscent of the very first thing
Yeah.
either of you can remember. But this is, as much as that awakens a very painful memory, certainly not Briarstone Asylum. Even from what little you can see from your cells, this looks much more like a purpose-built prison. These cells are constructed to be cells. And each of the probably 3 to 5 you can see looking through the bars of the other side of the hall, each is also stocked with a simple leather pallet and a bucket. These are clearly individual holding cells. And the hallway on either side goes down further than either of you can see, pressing your face up against the bars, trying to look at an angle. You don't have much view.
Where are we?
In a jail. That's in a dungeon, locked away somewhere, an asylum, you name it.
Are we still? I'm gonna try and I feel this instinct that, like, obviously there's something extra wrong that I'm not going to be able to, but I still think Cammy would try to wake up, but
Go ahead.
like with the knowledge that it's
Make me will save.
doesn't seem. Oh nope. Okay. That's
Is there
not gonna happen that way.
You can spend. I'm not going to try and prevent you from spending hero points. She who is maxed on hero points, but there does not appear to be anything preventing you from just trying again. So I will save you the card expenditure.
is there
Then let's not talk about what that rule was.
Here's what my plan was, though, whenever we first woke up, to try and help them wake up from that side. I don't know if it was possible. So I don't know if there's something I could do to where if like I was on
We'll
the other
get
side.
back to you.
Okay, all right.
No, I
I just
let's
didn't.
hear him out.
I just didn't
No,
want him. I just didn't want her to like.
Well,
I call. I pass.
Die on me.
You, Cammy, you sit down and you close your eyes and you just try to go to sleep. It's not exactly going to sleep, but it's the closest thing we can reference it to. You try to take yourself back to the material world. You open your eyes, look around, it's still in the cell. Close your eyes, really think. Open them, nothing. Only thing you can think to do maybe is like, well, there's a leather pallet. That's clearly intended to be the closest you have to a bed here. You crawl on top of this thing and lay down. Then when you lay down, you feel something press up against your neck. You hadn't really noticed it before. There was kind of a lot to take in. But you reach up and notice that you have a collar. You can't see it, but it feels almost just like a thin iron bar wrapped and socketed around your neck with a heavy latch in the back and something inset into the front of it. It's not attached to anything.
Oh my gosh. That's so scary. Oh my gosh.
While
Oh.
she's doing that,
You would certainly, while you're waiting, notice that you're wearing one as well.
yeah. I'm checking out the iron bars, the door, the hinges, seeing how it's all constructed, obviously nicely. And the metal bucket in the cell, is it like a flimsy metal? Is it a thick metal?
It's a pretty thin metal bucket. If you picked it up and dropped it, you'd dent it in.
I'm going to try to bend it. I'm going to stomp on it really hard and start like trying to bend a piece off. Break a prison
So
chain.
as you're finding this new jewelry here, you hear this slamming of metal and stone banging in the cell next to you as MD starts stomping this bucket into the ground, just destroying it. The sound echoes up and down the halls.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh my god.
I'm getting myself a weapon. That's what I'm doing.
As you
Looking around, not seeing the world the same way.
continue to bash this cell down, you hear footsteps ringing down the hall. What sounds like 2 sets of them. And walking first past the bars of Cammy's cell and then to the front of MD's, you would see 2 figures. The first, what looks something akin to a human woman, but with massive, stout, curved horns set onto the top of her head, curling backwards, and 2 huge, feathered black wings folded across her back. The peak of the wings higher than her head, and the tips of them nearly down on the floor. Her feet ending in thick hooves, and her gray skin clearly showing that she is something else entirely. Kitted in a mixture of leather and red-plated armor with a huge axe across her back, she is followed by a second, smaller woman who would look less remarkable were it not for the bright white, glowing, pupilless eyes set into her thin face and her hair that looks almost like flames flowing back from her head. The 2 of them hurry over to this cacophony that's happening at MD's cell, and you see them both stop and look. The woman with the axe, who stands easily head and shoulders taller than you, MD, raises a fist and just bangs on the iron door. Hey!
Hello.
What's the point of all this nonsense?
Oh, you ring the bell and they come running.
So, she just sort of leans over, looking at Cammy's cell, look down at you, and then back at MD. The pair of you are finally awake. One of Vadrack's best bounties. There's no point in that. And you're going to want that later. Trust me.
Who are you? Where are we? Why are we here?
She just kind of looks down the hall and down the other way. And the smaller woman with the flaming hair just puts her hand over her mouth, almost just giggles a little bit. She looks back at MD. I think you could figure out the answer to most of these questions with a single second of thought. What does it look like you are?
I don't know. Some tavern in the middle of Thrushmoor with drinks and bounty of flowing.
You can joke as you please. Whatever helps you cope. Your bounty has been paid out, and you live here now. Welcome to your homes. I suppose, she gestures down the bucket, make fit of them as you will.
What bounty? Why? What have we done to anyone?
She reaches back down and, like, she's reaching for something, and you see her furrow her brow, and she just pats, like she's not finding it. And the smaller, flame-haired woman, I think I brought them. And reaches down and holds up a pair of little glass bottles with what looks like a fairly thin, kind of tar-like substance that, as it slides, sticks to the inside of the glass inside it. And hands them over to this larger demon woman. She takes them, reaches through the bars, and just puts one on the ground just inside your cell. And then leans over and puts one on the ground in Cammy's cell as well. I would advise you drink those. It'll help you feel better. No use to us dead, though no harm if you are. Saves us the trouble of feeding you. Do as you will.
Can I try and identify it?
Don't really have anything with you. All you can really do is look at it,
I got my big
smell
brain.
it, taste it.
I got a big
You got a big brain. Sure. Make me a crafting check. It's not going to be
No.
great because you don't have any tools or anything. But as the 2 of them walk away, you try to figure this out.
That's a 35.
35. It's got a very acrid scent and an incredibly bitter taste. But this is a healing potion.
Okay.
And a relatively potent one at that.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll kind of, sort of I'll like hold mine outside of the gate for a second and kind of go like, cheers. Just like it's a healing potion.
Joy.
Think. Okay.
You each heal 35 hit points,
Okay. That's more than I had.
More than I had.
bringing you up to 36 hit points.
Yay.
Now I have 36 times as much as I had.
From there, you're left once again alone in this cell.
Do I have green?
Not that you see. Some time would pass. Inspections of your cells would yield nothing really of interest, and it would seem all but impossible for you to finagle a way out of here without any equipment. MD, with some effort to break off a piece of your bucket, you would find that whatever latches are installed in these cells are going to require proper tools for you to have much hope of getting through. And even then, with the lock being on the other side, you can't see. It's really hard for you to tell if standard tools would even be something you could fiddle this with. The lock isn't a normal set of tumblers and pins like you expect. It's still small, but some other mechanism entirely. Cammy, as time passes and you continue your attempts, you would find it impossible to wake up, and beyond that, in the absence of Greenie, even to do any of your magic. You wouldn't be able to manifest anything, even simple cantrips. As hours pass, eventually, but
I able to cast any magic?
you aren't either. As hours pass, eventually you would hear doors opening further down the hall in sequence, coming closer until eventually a figure would come around the corner. And at first, you see this tall, gaunt figure, strange wrappings around their head and robes, and see the face of Lyrelai. But then realize it's not Lyrelai. It's something similar, another member of her race, perhaps, but it's not her. They would arrive with a cart full of trays with simple wooden bowls full of some kind of brown stew and hard bread. Rattle open a small slot at the bottom of your door, slide it through, and slam it shut again. More hours would pass. Another meal. Eventually you would get tired. You would sleep, even, and awaken to what must be another day. There's no sunlight. The light here never seems to change. It's a constant, unceasing, unflickering, pale white. You would awake, you would sit, a meal would come. Hours would pass, another. Occasionally, you would hear doors open entirely, the full door of a cell, footsteps, and someone being taken in, out. You aren't sure. You can't see anything but the empty bars of the cells across it. You would sleep, you would wake, you would eat. Hours would pass again. Until finally, at some point, you don't know how many days later, that woman would arrive again. The horned one, tall, with her armor and her axe. This time, a smile on her face as she stands just between the divider of your two cells where she can look at both of you. Puts her hands down on her hips and just grins. So, how do you like your new homes?
Interior decorator sucks.
You have good spirits. I'm surprised they have lasted so long. Would you like to come see what is upstairs? Orsophilia says she has fixed the pipes. Well, perhaps you. An opportunity to stretch your little legs.
I'll go.
And she would step over, pull a ring of keys off her hip, and reach in and unlock the door. And she would just step back, pull it open. Come on then. Can't keep her waiting.
Step out.
feel like as soon as Cammy actually sees MD, she'd be like clattering at the railings. Just be careful.
I'm the very definition of careful.
You do not need to worry. Arknar doesn't want any of you dead. Come on, this way. As you step out, you can see that this hall continues past maybe a dozen cells. You're most of the way down and just terminates in a huge set of stone double doors. She would lead you down the hall and around the corner where another figure is waiting. This one, a strange, gaunt, four-armed little figure with dark purple skin and what looks like little more than a cloak drawn about their body. They perch down on the ground low on all sixes, I guess, almost like a strange insect. The thing cocks its head up at you. It says, "That one? Why would you bring that one? Not the little one. This one looks loud. We don't want to break the machine again." And the bigger devil woman just shakes her head. "He volunteered. I'm not going to tell him no. Up the stairs. Come on." You would be led up the stairs to another level of this strange white stone building. Little would ever really look much different than the rest of it. You would get up into a huge open chamber filled with what's obviously torture equipment. Iron maidens, spike chairs, clamps line the walls. Most of the implements are stained with a mixture of fresh and ancient blood, and you could hear an echoing, almost moaning sound going back and forth throughout the room, emanating from seemingly nowhere. Behind all of these devices is a massive patchwork apparatus of enormous brass pipes, horns, gauges, gears, and buttons. It looks unimaginably complicated, with fluted pipes almost like a church organ, extending up from various parts of it, piercing through the ceiling in many places, and strange tubes connecting this device to almost each and every one of the various torture implements. This would be your first introduction to the prison's torture chamber. But it would not be your last. You would go through a variety of experiences up here. Some what you would expect. Simple. Some different. Some magical. Some a combination of the two. The jailers here didn't really seem to take any particular joy in doing this. It certainly wasn't for fun. In fact, what you would notice when you were cognizant enough to notice anything was them constantly looking back to this machinery, constantly stepping away to fiddle with things in the middle of these sessions. And you would hear the sounds of your own screaming mixed into this moaning wail reverberating throughout the room. You would come back down later. Cammy would be shown the upstairs. You would sleep. You would wait. You would eat. You would become somewhat familiar with these trio of devil women that seem to run this place. The big horned one with the flaming hair and the four-armed one. Sometimes one would come, sometimes two, sometimes all three. They'd rotate in who oversaw the various implementations of their instruments, and every time the experience would be different. Always trying new things. Eventually, they discovered that what seemed to be the most efficient way to extract anguish from you was to take you both upstairs together and work on her. You would sleep, you would eat, you would wait. Until a new figure arrived. You would hear footsteps heavier and faster than usual as you're both waiting in your cell one morning. Feet that sounded less like shoes, less like leather or metal, and more like stone on stone. And then sprinting down the hall, blowing almost past Cammy's cell, before the feet, it would turn its head, and you would see a stone figure. Humanoid shaped, mostly feminine, a face turned towards you with just 3 holes bored in its head. No lights, nothing, just emptiness. The thing would skid to a stop, throwing its arms up in an almost comical fashion, and turn and plant its hands on the iron bars of Cammy's cell and fix its gaze down on you. You aren't sure what this is, but it looks like a machine, like a golem of some kind. It is a huge, arcing, angled plate, a device, a part of it that extrudes up from its chest, arcing up over its head. It is a pretty large figure, and its gaze, if it has one, is just fixed on you. And a voice comes out of it from seemingly nowhere. I found you.
Hello?
Then you would hear a rattle of stone on metal as it shoots itself up against the bars and sticks an arm through. Come, quickly.
Oh my god. Okay.
I can't reach the anchor. The anchor on your neck.
Oh, okay.
It sticks a second hand through. And this thing would reach down and fumble around with this thing around your neck. And fiddle with the thing on the back. Oh. Locked. Obviously. A moment. I'll pull its hand back and sprint off down the hall again.
No!
And as you hear it run away, MD, you can't see this. You just hear the stone and this voice. And then it comes sprinting back up again. And it has a little key in its hand. This one, maybe.
Neck against the ground.
And as it reaches in, and you hear a click and feel this collar fall away from you. There. It all worked.
MD! We gotta get... Who are you?
I don't know how to answer that.
Then that's fine, actually.
You didn't name me.
What?
And then it would just move over to
Hold
the
on.
next cell, out of the way up to MD, and again just kind of slam up against the bars with his hands full, its hands to the bars, key in its index and forefinger, just kind of little grabby hands. I can't reach. Closer, please.
I'll get closer. What is...
MD, go!
Okay.
And he would also hit his click and feel this thing fall off of your neck, and then would fall back. I did it.
Good job.
And it would move back over to Cammy's cell and look in. Well, it worked. Lowell's fixed it.
Lowell's?
The dream solution. New crystal. And just kind of we'll go to point at its chest at this big thing. And as it goes to make the pointing gesture, it would drop the key and go, oh. Bend over and pick the key back up and point with its other hand at this thing on its chest. It works now.
What works now? Let me see. Can I look at what's on his...
You will not see anything with your eyes. It is inside me.
Okay, then, where can we...
And then you would hear shouting further down the hall, and this construct would turn its head and look towards the sounds and turn back. Oh, you should wake up.
Oh, wake up! Oh my god! Yes, okay, I just
You
flop
should
onto
wake
the bed.
up quickly.
Okay, oh no, I will. Go, MD, wake up! I'm gonna wait, I flop onto the bed. When Brett went on the bed last episode, he didn't have to make a check.
You see this thing kind of step back and if you need, and just put the key back through the bars again and then step back and
Okay,
turn.
no thank you.
I can buy some time, and just runs down the hall.
Okay, go to sleep. I'm already in bed. Like, as soon as he says, you better, I'm like, there. It just strikes me what this is like what even just happened. The original thing that I tried to do and realized that this was stopping me, but like weeks or whatever later.
Wanna just make a raw will save?
No,
or-
let's do... Does anybody remember how much the big one was?
It's a random number.
Okay, can't do that. I'm too close. I'm gonna do the little one.
Make will save.
No. No, dude, that was so bad.
Oh my.
I gotta think about who to thank here. Hold on 1 second. It's gonna make me start sweating. That was so bad. Let's do, who gave me, I don't have the same names as it. You know what? Thank you to everybody watching. For coming out here today.
Stressed right.
Like the Academy.
For giving me classmite. That might have been from the high. It wasn't actually. I don't know what. You know what? Thank you. Just thank you.
You know who you are.
Sitting there on your couch, drinking a coffee.
You,
Okay.
the viewer.
I'm talking to you. Mwah.
John.
Call me.
John Viewer.
Aren't you
John
taken?
viewer.
That's so bad. Okay. It's an 8 on the die, but I leveled up
What's that give you these days?
27.
You try to focus and try to go to sleep, but this is all very sudden, and you can hear. You at this point recognize the voices of some of these figures. You hear the horned woman, and you hear the slam of metal, and you just hear, "Oh no!" and a shattering of stone. MD, you
I'm waiting for her to wake up.
No, don't do that.
want to try again?
Yeah, I want to try again. I'll
Alright.
take another little hit. I'll take another little hit.
Of course,
This is the drug addiction,
No,
guys. This is what drug addictions look like, guys.
Oh my gosh, thank you too. You know what? Let's just go with one that I know. Actually, yeah, okay, so this one is, I think it's from, I swear these are 2 different names than when I looked at it last time. I swear I would put money on it.
Cammy's losing.
This-
Sully's losing.
This is from the hype train. This one actually is, I wrote that one.
Okay.
So thank you again.
Thank you to literally
To you.
everybody. The viewer.
Hype train.
John Hype Train.
Oh my gosh.
This is what happens when Arcadis says to you, go through the hero.
It's an at 20!
You really focus as you hear these
Oh.
footfalls come down the room,
Oh my gosh.
and you wake up.
Yes! Oh my god! Wake up, wake up.
MD, you hear silence in the cell next to you and very rapidly approaching footfalls. It sounds like quite a few people are on your way. More than you've really seen over here before. What do you do?
My connection, she's not here. She's
But
not
yeah,
in my
you-
plane of
she's
existence.
not. Oh yeah, you can tell she's not in your plane anymore.
Oh my gosh, I forgot
I'm
about
gonna
that.
close my eyes and we're going to take a big old hit.
Take a big hit.
We're gonna take a big hit.
Yeah, let's see.
The big hit can be 1.
27.
No.
It's a good thing you took a big hit.
Oh wait.
It's a good thing you took a big hit. That is the big hit, DC. Is 27.
Oh my gosh.
Sweating. Wake up. And just like that, the 2 of you open your eyes, shooting awake back in your bunks on the Silent Island. The experience of the last week, 2, it has taken quite a bit of a toll on each of you. I need you to make me a stress check.
Natural 20.
MD is unbreakable.
Wait, hold on. Now that she's awakened, can I give her my,
Hold on.
the one where I could give one person today?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
she's
Because
there.
I've been standing over them.
Well,
for
we'll get.
day
Hold
to
on.
day. I know.
We'll get to
I'm
you.
I'll fit it all in a minute. But
Is he
yes.
doing that?
Yes. I think it's
You're in the same room while you use it. I don't know if you're really
Okay,
cognizant enough. But I'll
yeah.
Guide the timeline.
No, I heard yes.
I heard yes.
Oh, God. 17. I'm gonna hug you.
No.
I got-
17?
I was 17.
Okay, that's fine. But
DC 15 to
Wait.
get nothing on that. So
please don't touch me. No, it's fine. It's okay.
Marius and Reginald, you wake up from this fight with Captain Vadrack on the river, knowing that the last thing you saw was this captain, this Anku, carrying away 2 of your friends. So obviously, when you awaken for a moment, there's worry. But then you look over, and you see MD and Cammy also open their eyes in their bunks. They look shocked.
MD
Terrified.
already standing.
As MD bolts up.
You know when you
out
wake
of
up,
his bunk immediately.
you wake up in the morning, you think you're late for work, so you immediately is out of bed without even thinking. Out of bed and at Cammy's side.
But all of you are there.
Wait, we
They got
didn't.
out.
We all woke up at the same time.
You all woke up. It's just a dream. They can just wake up.
Even though they went through like 2 extra weeks in
They
the
just
dream.
woke. You went to
Just
sleep,
a
and
dream.
you all just woke up there in the cabin.
Marius like hops out of bed like almost dizzy, like the feeling of like waking up and you think you have a fever, but then suddenly that fever is immediately disappeared and you like just wait.
Literally over at Cammy's bunk, I'm scooping her out of her bunk.
I'm just sobbing. Like, there's no way. Just fully, like.
I
the
wanted to get up
release.
immediately and be like, this was not supposed to. I was hoping I was going to be able to have a chance to get them out from this side. Didn't realize that you
You're
guys
okay.
woke up at this point. That actually
And
worries
Reese
me.
just sort of looks. Reese's over in the corner. Well, that seems like it was a rough one.
Are you guys all right? You made it? I mean, obviously you woke up, but
Wait,
We made it out. We made it out. We made it out.
last time this happened, I thought you guys were looking at me sleeping. I was going to try and. Did you guys die?
No,
You said you made it out?
it's probably worse than that, but no, we're fine. You did the right thing, Reginald.
Well, there was no way for us to get to you.
Don't try to justify. You did the thing I asked you to do, and that's all that matters. Did we get the hat?
I got the hat.
But that's great then, isn't it? That's everything. That's the whole list.
It's the whole list.
Well, there's casualties always.
What?
Seems like
Cammy, are you?
Well, I'll talk about it later.
All right.
You guys are coming off far more stressed. This was not easy for you all. What happened?
We were there for too long. All right. We're okay.
Well, I knew it isn't exactly just a dream, but you're back here now. Whatever happens behind you, it's
Well, there's the consequences that happen in the dream, and you wake up, and if you die there, that is an issue. But it seems like
you.
I don't. It's not always a win just
Just-
because we come back.
For now, let's just not talk about it.
Well,
I'll
Alright.
tell you later, Reese,
Nope.
once we've calmed down.
fair enough. Head up on deck then.
Thank you.
I want to go upstairs.
Yeah, go with Reese.
Oh, are you like following Reese? Or
I'm
just, like,
going
running
past her. I
past her?
haven't
Yeah,
seen the
she just
sun in
steps
2
out
weeks.
of the way. And yeah, you run up onto the deck to the morning sunrise, to the Selin River. Passage still continuing down through these gentle shores of Galt to one side and I believe Andarin to the other. It's a morning like any other.
Marius.
And the first time that either of you have seen the sun in what feels like weeks.
Marius, let me hit you.
okay.
Punch Marius in the shoulder as hard as I can. All right, I'm better.
See attack roll.
See an attack roll? 27.
Natural 20. He flies off the ship.
Punches him off the railing.
They really,
I
That's
guess
fine.
I'll go back down then.
from
See, this guy turns around and goes back downstairs.
from how weak that punch was, Marius could tell it was not easy. Whatever you went through.
There are no physical marks left behind, no scars, no wounds, no indications of the horrors the two of you had endured.
Well then,
You look just like you did when you left.
do you know how much more time we have left on the river? Have you been keeping track? I haven't.
Everything is a daze right now. Honestly, that punch helped me just because now everything feels a little bit more real.
Good morning. Alright. Well then. Good morning.
Are you coming back into the cabin? Are we all going out? Sure,
I'm
I
not.
step out as well. Out of the cabin, getting some sunlight, watching the sunrise.
I think Cammy would have just like sunk down, kind of like up against like the
Just
railing.
like draped over the railing.
Just like
yeah.
just completely like just. exhausted.
Marius wants to both like get in the sun, kind of feel the breeze a little bit, but also like that little bit of paranoia, just like checking things. Is like, does the water look normal? Does everybody?
The water
are the
too
crew
You
here?
just woke up
Is-
from the wheel.
Yeah, it's like just kind of like, are we actually here?
You went from the cell in Starling to the cell in Starling.
Which
and you,
my mirror would have been
you-
able to tell me the whole time that I was still sleeping every time I kept re-waking up in new places.
yes. yes.
Do you check your mirror now?
Hard to think. Didn't seem like anything was wrong until it was obviously very wrong.
Yeah.
You look at your mirror and see nothing but your own reflection. Marius is kind of over at the railing, sort of by Cammy, just looking over the side and seeing the water of the Selin River. You can kind of see like the shadows of maybe some fish down below. It's kind of hard to see much of anything, even with your dark vision through. It's not perfectly clear water. I mean, it looks normal to you. This looks normal. This looks like the Selin Starling and the river and your world.
Nothing looks out of hand, because I have that thing.
The only that's odd that you would really
That's
get
odd,
is
yes.
that like Cammy looks like she feels how you did when you died in the dream. Like
Yeah.
she's taking it like about as bad, but I mean she's clearly not really talking about it.
You're still in the cabin, right?
No, she's up on the deck.
We're all on
You're
deck.
all on the deck.
Oh, right, you're
We're
on
all
deck.
I'm gonna get a tan. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, Captain. Good Captain.
Skywin just kind of poke her head around the wheel.
Good morning. How many more days do you think we have on this voyage?
I figure based on how things have been going, over under about half of a week and a half. Traffic gets a wee bit busy up here this part of the river, so may slow us down a bit depending on, well, how much we have to weave around.
Oh, good. Thank you. I lost track of time and all the joyous of being shoved in a cabin.
She kind of looks at Cammy like deflating over the railing on the side of the ship, and just looks back at you and sort of raises an eyebrow.
Was a nightmare.
Are you doing that on purpose, though? Like, is that your whole thing?
Not that part. Have you ever been tortured?
Well, little bit.
For weeks?
Not quite that much.
It does.
I told you I grew up in the shackles,
Yeah, I think you mentioned it. How was that?
The free captains ain't exactly understanding of people that cross them.
And you've
There's
crossed
the reason
them?
I'm not there anymore.
Yeah, good on you. I'm glad you're here. Alright then. You guys want to hear a story?
Yes.
Where are you telling the story?
I'm leaving Cam. Let's go down.
Okay.
Let's leave Cammy up here and go down
I'm
there.
not sticking around. Like, just really not.
All right.
So you stay. Cammy stays up on deck, And MD takes Marius and Reginald downstairs,
And Reese if she wants to.
and she's down there. She
She's
just
already there.
recounted the tale.
Yeah, every detail.
Marius kind of cool guy leans back against the wall just to listen.
I'm just having
Listening
my
to
pipe
my
just.
friends getting
I'm-
tortured.
Wow.
as
I'm
he's
posted up like.
And while I'm recounting my story, I'm taking out a book and trying to the best of my memory sketch all the people I saw, the faces at least.
And as you're going through that whole story, I'm also just like with my pipe, just like in the air, just calculating, like, what does that mean? By the time they just woke up, but yet they went through an extra few weeks. Plus, who are those people he's talking about? Does this all connect? And then you said Laos actually.
Lyle's made a mention.
Laos was the mention that actually the
Lyle's fixed
stone thing that I'm guessing
Stone
he told
construct
That I
It's
made?
like that she made.
She filled the name.
And I'm like,
Her bad mother.
That doesn't sound like me at all either. That is like the least in character. Cammy names everything.
good and evil is like, there's more nuance to that. Why would he help? I don't know.
What is your religion modifier, guy who knows things?
It's only plus 14.
Only plus 14.
Mine's
Oh,
a
No, that's
19.
that's
What
the lowest out of most of my things.
That's fair. Yours is a 19.
Yeah, I'm a master.
I'll
Yeah.
start with you then. Now
Counting our
that
tell.
you've had plenty of time to look at these figures and to think, and now that you're here describing and putting them down, I'll kind of roll the two of you together, I suppose. That's solid. You would recognize several things about your captors. There were a few figures that looked like Lyrelai, that just by their physiology, you figure are very possibly other denizens of Lang. You're not sure how many faces you saw, but there were quite a few. They didn't come by often, usually only to bring you the meals, what felt like twice a day, and to occasionally collect your buckets. That was really all you saw then. You really only saw the other three women appear when something was wrong, or when it was time for someone to go upstairs. They were almost always led by the big horned one. Now, the two of your heads together in these sketches and what you saw, the three of you can identify that, in extreme shock, I'm sure, they are three different kinds of devil that were all, for whatever reason, in this prison. Their leader, the big axe-wielding one, was something called a Monogala. They are very... she's kind of like... you get what it looks like on the tin. They are soldiers. They are warriors. They are some of the most powerful fighters in hell, in any of the hells. They are often in command of devil legions, and it would not be uncommon. I'm going to attempt to say this word. I think it's an Erinyes.
Sure.
Erinyes.
Sure.
Erinyys.
However you
I'm
want
going with Erinyes. The flame-haired one is very distinctive. Erinyes are weaker soldier devils, generally. Those two are both, like, they both have wings, they both fly, they're both very swift and powerful soldiers. The third, that last strange little one with the 4 arms that you had seen, was something called an Unila. And Unila devils are, whenever they show up in the material plane, they're usually involved with, like, devil cults. Not typically as like a direct leader, but kind of puppeteering a leader. That's sort of their thing. They're not soldiers at all. They're thinkers, they're organizers, they're puppet masters. Those three, from everything that you could tell, seem to be more, I don't know, less of perhaps a direct administrative role in this prison. They really were just there to fix problems and run the torture chamber. You occasionally saw another figure. A kind of olive-skinned, shorter, just human woman. In a pair of greasy overalls and a simple shirt, often tinkering with the machines, and that would be the only name that you would have got, Orcephalius. She was clearly trying to maintain or operate that machinery in the torture room that, as far as you could really tell from your experience, just harvests screams. How or why or for what purpose? Absolutely unknowable.
Are these like legends or like any kind of like mythical, like somebody that harvests screams? I feel like that would be like a kid's story or something.
Yeah, it does.
Does it ring a bell in any way? Like as he's
You
recalling
have
me this stuff?
none of you have any idea. Like there is no inherent power behind that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of magic is channeled by emotion, but the machine was capturing the literal sound. It's not like you got no indication, no feeling, either of you, that it was taking like the actual anguish. It was all pipes and horns, speakers. It was literally the sound of screaming. It was
Wait,
channeled.
have they tried laughter? Maybe laughter will create more energy. Sorry, too far.
Would Marius
I was also thinking it.
Okay.
would Marius be able to use crafting or engineering to get like an idea just from the way they've described the machine?
Give
that what
me
I
a
said?
crafting check, Marius. Let's see.
Marius is a crafter.
Natural one.
Marius has no idea.
It's not
Marius is
stone.
not a
He doesn't
craft-
know about it.
It's not stone.
Wait, why was he rolling a crafting check?
He was trying to figure out what the machine might be for.
Metal
I mean, if you have decent crafting, you can try it too, Reginald. So you're big detective
smart
brains about
man.
Oi, 14 plus 18, that is 32.
32.
Try describing a phone to someone who's never seen a phone in their life and doesn't know what they are.
It's not super far off. From what, like, you didn't see it.
Right, so
you're
I'm
getting
going...
this secondhand and getting like the sketches
Yeah.
from MD, and you're really not sure either what like it could possibly be used for. But it seemed clear the purpose of the machine was to keep, like, to retain the sound of these screams and to pipe them up another floor. Like these pipes, these fluted pipes, this organ-like structure that was piercing through the ceiling goes to something else. And the best you can figure is all these large horns are just meant to capture this sound and maintain it. And from what he gives you about them talking about Orcephalius fixing it and like them leaking and all the tinkering they're doing, is like it's not really supposed to echo around the room. It's supposed to go into the machine and pipe up. And
And
They
you guys, you all didn't know where you were. You didn't know where you were. You weren't on the ship.
No.
Somewhere, yeah, it was harnessing the energy of screams and doing something with it, and you never explored where that all goes.
Oh, yeah, we were prisoners.
That could have been, I don't know, something like a big mechanism to be used for something. I don't know what the energy of screams do, but
Whatever it is, don't mention it around Cammy.
yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where were you. If we figure out where you were, maybe that would help.
As far as I could tell, we were in a tavern in Thrushmoor. That's a joke.
I know.
Okay.
up on the deck,
Logically, I'm like, that is completely wrong. He had no idea. But I'm like,
Cammy.
oh, good.
just flopped over the railing. You would feel tiny little hands climb up your leg and up your side, and Greenie would just crawl onto the railing right next to you. And look as at you as a chameleon really can.
I just want to hold him to my face.
It's more like,
I've
I guess
missed
that's
you.
true. It's kind of one hand.
I'll release
And let him go, and he just looks and sort of looks at you.
Did you know I was gone? Like, how much do you know about me? And do you know a robot? Yes. Yes. You do. No, you do. Wait, to which one? Sorry.
He sort of like leans on his little broken ceramic arm and then points it, like a little mitten at you, and then just like gestures off in the distance.
Hold on. Can
And then
do I see this?
this is when you're downstairs
downstairs
talking.
with us.
Oh, we're down.
He points at himself.
You weren't there. You were disconnected. No.
Claps twice for no.
You asleep?
He tries that motion with his hand again, just like waving his little mitten below his head and just like kind of poking himself to the side and tilting his head to the side, just like whacking himself in the
Did
head
you
with his
die?
little mitten.
Oh. But you look okay.
He seems a little stuck. His ability to commit charades halved by the lack of one of his hands.
He just learned to use his
Stop!
feet.
He loves charades.
He's a little hook.
And he just puts one hand together and turns his head and just rests it on the hand.
That one's sleeping. No. You died. Yeah.
And he rests on his hand again.
Gosh, I wish there was a feat you could take about
That.
charades.
He shoots out his tongue at you, right in the teary eyeball, right in the salty eye.
The theory salty eyeball.
And you feel this link, this empathetic ride, and he's a little bit of what Greedy experienced. And you feel a couple of things in sequence. Fear, immediately, clearly caused by you being stricken down by this chain, and then him just scrambling around, and then very wet and cold.
You fall in the ocean?
Well, he was on you when MD jumped in the
Oh,
water
no!
with you. So, and then you feel this strong wind, this breeze, as he's carrying through the air across to the deck of the other ship. And then this, again, fear. As Greeny pokes his little head out and just gets slapped down to the ground, and then nothing. They killed him before they took you to wherever this prison was.
That's so messed up.
That's kind of on you. You could have changed that. You didn't have to make it like those children.
But this was in the dream.
What's Greeny's madness?
What's
Just like you.
Does he get a stress meter?
And then Greeny, but you feel his tongue pull off, and you just kind of back on the railing again. I mean, he didn't like transport anyway. He just gives us an empathetic link. He
Yeah.
pulls his tongue off and just kind of looks at you and tilts his head.
I'm sorry.
He kind of stands up on his hind legs, sticks his little mitt and his little nub out, and just like grabby hand with his one hand.
I'll kind of stick out my finger.
He just grabs your finger and just puts it on his forehead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll pet him. I'll scoop him up, and then we can both flop on the deck together.
Be a nuisance.
As you sit there, cradling your little lizard, flopping the deck, you hear Skywind kind of call out, "Oi! Hey, you! Sad bag! Yeah, you! What do you make of that?"
Make of what?
She points out ahead to an upcoming bend in the river, where you see a trio of people standing on the shore, dressed in what look like noble clothes, frantically waving their hands towards the Sullen Starling.
Oh,
And it's there we'll take our midstream break.
That's a good breaking spot.
That's a great spot for a timeout here. We're gonna stand up, stretch our legs. You would do the same thing. You said poor Cammy.
Huh?
I think you said poor Cammy.
I said torture.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
not
same
like, that's
thing.
not
I
like
got
poor
it
Cammy to me. I was
canonically.
like,
I got worse.
We're gonna stand up, stretch our legs, take our midstream break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Grab some snacks, get your drinks, run to the bathroom. You ain't gonna miss nothing. There'll be a timer on screen telling you how much time you got.
5 jumping jacks.
And if you're just some 5 jumping jacks, there you go.
If you're
Let's get some
able, if you're
fitness
able
in
to.
here.
If you're
5
able to.
push-ups.
If you're just chilling and or
chill.
don't want to do jumping jacks or already did them,
Nebula,
You can
it's good
check
you
out-
didn't have to see the first
Or if
half
you
of
work
that
out all the
episode.
time, do some like burpees.
you can
Jumping
check out
jacks.
some of our
It was not-
partners. We got Arkin Forge. They have the software that we use for all of our maps. We're putting up our character and art while things are going on. They are virtual tabletop and map making software both. And our newest sponsor, Easy Roller. Dice for every budget, all kinds of things, from your nice little fun epoxy patterns to fancy gemstone stuff. Discount code UGT Show works on both of those and all of our partners down below the channel. We'll be right back, everybody. Don't go too far.
Marcus, we almost made it.
No, we did it.
They had to let it out. They had to let the crazy out during the break here.
Oh my gosh, that was...
Welcome back, everybody. I can't even explain to you why they're laughing, because there's not a good answer to that. It's
Well, I
just-
think
they're-
that Brett should do that one more time.
they're just losing their minds.
What?
But I've got great news. As we come
Copyright.
back in here, Nebula 315 has come in with a hero point for all currently present party members.
Thank you,
Big, big.
Nebula.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thanks
I
for
think I-
not dying during the
Cheers.
first
Cheers.
half
Thank you,
of the
Nebula.
show.
Thank you.
Did
Nebula.
it for you, babe.
I'm starting to think that this
I'm scared.
this is hitting the actual players as hard as the characters.
I actually have one card I might actually use.
Look,
What do y'all got? What we
Reading's
draw?
done.
Oh, you're so
Reckless
right.
charge.
choose well.
Reckless charge.
Was that wise? No. But it worked.
hasty block. It was the best I could do.
Ancestral might. It's who I am.
I hope this works. I can't believe that worked.
I love that one.
That's really funny.
All right, before we get back underway, let's go around and introduce ourselves again real quick. Starting at this side of the table, we can just go all the way around this time.
I'm Marcus. I played Marius, the Ghoul Dwarf Ranger. Yeah, we woke up. This is a daze.
I'm Colby. I play MD, the full-blooded orc rogue, and yeah, that was awful. That was terrible, and I never want to go through that again.
My name is Brett.
No
I
context.
play an investigator. My name's Reginald Sedacious Facts. What if I change my voice to this all the time?
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
I'm the smart guy.
Don't do the tongue. That's so...
You know that? All right. Sorry, I got to get back into prestigious mode. Anyways, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
You got really distracted there. You kind of threw your groove a little bit.
My name is Sully. I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, and I survived.
No context.
No content.
And we are alive.
Are we?
As we left off before the break, Cammy, cuddling her little 3-armed lizard on the side of the ship here, and had her attention called to the shore. The 3 figures are standing frantically, waving their hands, very clearly trying to flag down the Sullen Starling. The 3 of them appear to be wearing very fine clothing. It does look like fine clothing that was like hiked in for a month. It's torn, it's muddy, it's bleached and ruined from exposure. One of the figures is only waving with one hand, and they clearly have like a very makeshift bandage on their upper arm, and they're just kind of holding it at a weird angle at their side.
Did we all get caught up to the top of the boat? Or?
If Cammy, what do you do?
I mean, I think the first thing I would do is I'm just sort of taking in a look and just and answering the captain. Did a ship crash? Is there anything on the shoreline?
Not that I see. My point of view is not much higher than yours. They just look like they're in distress. I'm inclined to at least hear them out.
Oh, okay.
Well, you look a bit distracted, and if you recall our bargain when first we set off from Thrushmoor, I let the group of you on here with the agreement that you'd help if there were any issues. And though I don't necessarily get any bad sense here, it's not impossible. I'm signing myself up for issues here. Where are your friends?
They're downstairs.
I'll grab them.
Okay. We don't get any sick days, do we?
I think during our conversation, I would want to have said, like, I know we want to talk about this very little with Cammy, but I do have questions.
Not
No, I'm coming.
not at all. Not a word.
That's
Unless she brings it up.
And at that, the door flies
Yeah.
open, and you see Cammy,
Oh,
a
There's
grinning
somebody
person
on
on
the
her shoulder.
shoreline.
Whistling non.
we'll have to talk about this later.
Skywin wants us to be present.
Cool.
For
Grab my gear.
There's people.
Oh.
I mean, come on. There's people on the shoreline.
Yeah.
Three of you, after quickly grabbing your kit and readying yourselves, could come up on deck to see the same sight. The Sullen Starling has approached a bit closer. It seems that Skywin is tacking towards the three of them. This trio still waving a bit less energetically, as it does seem that the ship is clearly coming their direction. One of them still just kind of slowly arcing his hands back and forth. The injured one now holding their arm, and the third with his hands just kind of folded in front of him, watching. And Skywin repeats again, well, I figure with everything you lot get up to, you've got at least as good an eye for this as I do. You get any ill sense of this?
I
Marius
would
wants-
definitely like to check all that vibe, whatever's happening.
Give me, what are you all doing? Exploration activity.
I'm trying to determine whether there's what's really going on. There's
Oh, so
some
you-
sort of ruse.
You guys like searching, seeking, you're trying to
Yes.
get that
And
perception going.
yeah.
What about the rest of you?
Probably scouting, but Marius wants to instead look around them to make sure there's not like
20
some
bandits in a
ambushers
tree,
in the
yeah.
corners. and
It's
stuff.
a typical ruse.
yes.
Using my noggin.
I'm also going to be seeking.
All right, seekers, give me your perception
And
checks.
Captain, you don't have a spyglass, do you?
I don't really need one on the river often.
That's fair.
Is mine seeking or scout?
Scouting is that's the initiative bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to re-roll.
Rip.
What do you got?
I rolled a 21 total,
Oh,
so
no.
no.
I rolled a natural one.
Okay.
I'm shook.
Guys,
There are three
chill
people
out.
on the shore.
I am shook.
Cammy, why don't you give me a society check?
Proceeds to be.
Society.
Society.
All right.
That's the thing she's a part
It's a
of.
shame. That was the thing that I almost gave my my little increase to on my level up, but I didn't. It wouldn't help that though. But you know what will? Thank you to Nebula.
Hey, level
Woo,
50.
the one I just got. I'm gonna spend that real quick. Thank you so much. Cammy kind of like shakes her, just still sort of just can't believe that we're just sort of hopping back into it. That's much better.
Another day on the water.
Another day on the water, I guess. Another day on the water. That's going to be 32.
The 32, as you look at the clothes here on the shore, they're on the Galton side of the river, and the three of them do seem to be wearing Galton fashions. You get the inkling here that as displaced as they do probably come from here, and whatever distance they may have traveled. I mean, you're near the south end of Galt. It's a fairly big country, but they look from their dress not, although it does look like finely made and filigreed and colorful and fashionable, it's They don't look like nobles themselves. They look like the retainers of a noble. Like the servants of someone with enough money to, well, pay them all handsomely. And put that point back, or so help me, Arcadis with a hero point for Cammy.
Thank you, Arcadis. Ooh, impossible shot. There's no way you can hit me from way over there. Last words of Grepner the Goblin.
I love Gripno.
Never forget it.
That's really funny.
So as the ship continues to move closer, if nobody is protesting, Skywind veers the Sullen Starling pretty far off to port, to the opposite side of the river and towards these three figures. And as it becomes apparent the ship is coming to moor up near them, all three of them take a small step back from this lightly wooded shore and simply wait. And before the ship comes to a stop, Skywind addresses the group of you once more. All right, I suppose here's what we're going to do. Call down to him, see what's up, see what they need. If anything comes to it, of course, the group of you are ready. Aye?
Aye.
All right. Well, helmsman. And she just kind of motions someone else up to come to the wheel here, and then she makes her way down onto the deck and up towards the bow of the ship. And she cups her hands over her mouth and just calls out, "Oi! What ails ye?" And the one in the middle that was waving the longest, fairly short, kind of portly, balding fellow, the very, what looks like it was once well-maintained, short black goatee, takes a step forward and raises a hand to address her and just calls out back, "We need aid. Have you room for passage of 4 to Taldor?" And Skywind just, of course, a bloody passage. What else would it be? Well, maybe. What's your need? He responds, "We're servants of a man I'm only comfortable naming as Emilo. He's sheltered not far from here. If we can trust you, we'll escort you to him. Please, our need is dire. We wish only to be rid of Galt." And 2 perceptioners. Go ahead and roll me perception checks again, just to see some sense motive on this man.
I'm re-rolling this.
31.
31.
I think this was Nebula 315. I got 2 from her,
Sorry, 32.
so I'm gonna
Fair
thank
enough.
her.
Fair enough.
Sorry, 32.
32.
I didn't increase my perception.
Okay, that's better. What is that? That's also 32.
32 and 32.
Twins.
Twinsies.
Don't say that.
The man seems to
I
be
will say it again.
very much putting an effort in to present with airs to, despite his current state and the state of his clothing, to be acceptable and honorable and not demeaning to this Emilo, whoever he serves, but he seems sincere. There's nothing about his mannerisms or his speech that gives you the inclination he's lying or hiding anything. Seems sincere.
Has Marius ever heard of any stories of like people trying to draw people off the ship to like, lure them out to a trap?
I mean, yeah, it's only happened about 1,000,000 billion times in the history of Galarian from both like people and 1,000 different monsters that do that. So it's, yeah. I mean, there's no role for that. That's definitely.
But they're trying to come on our ship. They're just trying to get up
They
here.
want to come on your ship. Is
Yeah.
what they're asking.
But
Yeah,
they said
and-
they wanted to.
And there are how many people?
There are 3. They said there's a 4th, but they said the 4th is in hiding a ways away, and they would need to bring someone to him.
All right,
Go
then.
get your 4th.
We beseech you for a proper escort. We've no weapons. You look armed. We present no threat to you.
Captain.
Sometimes you do things in good graces, and then there's sometimes how can we trust you?
I've not to give you but my word, sire. I apologize, but we've little. Bennett's took our coin and much of our goods some days ago.
And so what has happened to this other one?
He's sheltering not far from here. If you give me your word that you'll aid us, I'll tell you further and take you to him. But
No, we need more information. You are the ones that are trying to gain our trust.
Emilo can explain, but he's given me permission only to seek help and not to speak of his affairs.
What danger are you afraid of between here and his location, preventing you from going there and fetching him yourself?
The lands of Galt are tumultuous, now more than ever. There are many who would mean us harm.
Is the area around us, like, I'm assuming it's still this, like, forestry? Like, is there any indication?
Yeah,
that
it's
there'd be
fairly
other people
lightly
around?
forested. Like, you're in a much more populated area now. So you pass a lot of, not even so much like port towns, but like little fishing shacks and barns. And there's like, you passed, when you first got to the Golden Border, there was those massive fields of flowers. Like, most of the shoreline is settled.
Okay.
This is a small area that is not so much.
But it's like a rural area.
It's
not
kind,
the
yeah, it's like
middle of
rural
nowhere.
coast, basically.
Okay.
Well,
And Skywind just kind of says, it's always bloody something.
I mean, I want to go.
I have to say I don't get any particular inclination that they're lying, but this does seem about the most bold-faced, straightforward bandit trap I've ever had. But if they had the numbers to take the ship, they'd simply go for it, and if they didn't, what would be the value in luring a couple of us away? Not your stuff, I guess, but certainly the rest of us will come after them. I
Yeah.
mean, they could be seeking to divide us, but I don't really know.
Here's the thing. If we decide to start the journey with you to go get your friend, how far away are they?
Nearby, less than 100 yards. It won't take you far.
There's something fishy about this. Sir,
I want to blow off.
And Skywin just calls out, "Will it still be in view from the river? We'd see it from the ship." And he'd say, "Aye! You won't lose sight of us."
Okay.
And, Reese kind of comes up.
I'm going.
If you keep
I'll
me
go with
here and
MD.
guard the ship, what's the worst they can
I'm
do to
going.
you?
We'll go.
Cammy, you staying or you going?
I'll go.
All right.
You all right?
I don't want to be here alone.
I
Just
look
hands
at
up.
like,
I know you
you
don't
okay
mean
with her
nothing
coming?
by it. That hurts a
I'm
little
perfectly.
bit.
I'm happy with
You're
her
not coming.
I just said I'd stay here with the ship in case if there is some ploy.
We should bring everybody with us if we're going. It's only 100 yards.
I don't really care. I'm going.
And Skywin says, all right, how about I'll stay up here, keep this one with me. If anything happens, me and my crew, hopefully we can fend them off.
How about
I
this?
can handle myself in a fight. Clearly she can too. So too can the four of you.
Yes.
Also,
So-
maybe what you should do is as soon as we get off the boat, you just kind of back away from the port a little bit.
As fine an idea as any.
Yes.
We'll pull the ship back a little distance.
Is there like John boats on the boat or something like that?
The barge isn't big enough to have little dinghies.
Okay.
now. You'd be kind of
Dinghy
just
thingamajiggies.
splashing your way up to the shore.
Okay.
You mean that
Unfortunately,
dinghy
it's
that's
gonna be a
in
little
the-
moist.
The dinghy that's in the picture is not there the whole time.
The lifeboat.
She looks at it.
It's fine.
It's. You know what your pain is to load this thing back up.
No, I can imagine.
Do you
It's fine.
see a pulley system? It's a lifeboat, mate. It's a last resort.
It's good.
The shore's right there. You can make it.
It's fine.
I'm going.
Let's go.
I'm overboard.
MD just jumps over
All
the
right,
side.
so
I'm tired of this.
Not again.
as we are with them, it's like, all right, so tell us
Cammy.
now more details. You have us with you.
The group of you make your way up to the party, and this man steps forward and reaches out to shake your hand as you approach.
Yes, I with question
As he
still.
take it and bows his head. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more forthcoming with you. Please, Emilio will explain as much as he feels comfortable. This way. And he turns and gestures for the two that are with him to follow him. And they
Am I
start-
seeing any kind of threat from them? No.
Even up close, it looks like the most any of them has is like a knife in their belt. You can clearly see one of them just has a knife like tucked
Any kind of like
into
runes or
a
anything like that?
belt.
Are they magic
doesn't have any
users?
visible runes. It doesn't even have a sheath. It looks like it's literally a kitchen knife that he
Yes.
found. It's just tucked into his belt on the outside.
All right.
To survive.
And
We've been there.
they're doing their best.
Hey, we've been there. We've been there.
They lead you
I've always been.
a little ways back from the shore, not far. It's only maybe 20 feet back before you can see a building in the distance, just set a little bit back to the shore, kind of around a bend on a small little tributary, a creek that comes around. And it looks like a barn that's got a small hedge-lined road going by it, and it's kind of up a relatively steep little embankment. And he takes you up there, and as the group of you cross the little road up next to this barn, he approaches up to a door and just knocks twice and then waits. And then you hear boots on wood, the sound of somebody descending a ladder inside the barn, perhaps.
We
The
don't
door
need to stay
opens-
here, by the way. As soon as we get this person, we could just head right back to the boat.
Yeah, the door opens just a little crack, and he pokes his eye out. You see a relatively handsome man, maybe in his mid-40s, dressed much like they are. Noble finery, clearly somewhat worn by travel. But his outfit is a bit more extravagant. This almost certainly the noble to whom these three retainers serve. He pokes to the door and just runs his eye across the group of you. I don't recognize any of your faces, and for today I'll consider that a boon. Former Senator Amelo Daldumain, beseeching your aid. Have they... I imagine. He just sort of looks, and the other man shakes his head. I said not, my lord. Only what you allowed. And bows his head. And Daldumain just kind of nods. Says, good. Good, thank you. And I thank the group of you for coming on such little information. He's still just kind of poking, like peeking through the gap of this door.
Yes, we're still not fully trustworthy of you all, but we do like to help if we can.
Understandable. I, too, must take my precautions, though. Given the
Sure.
state of your armaments, should you wish to take me, I doubt any of us would have the power to stop you.
We have a boat waiting for you with your people.
And you'll book us the Taldor. You'll take us past the Galton border.
Is that where we're going? Yes.
If my retainers hailed you, I would hope that you would have been sailing south on the Selin.
Yes, we will.
I don't need far, just past the boundaries of where the Grey Gardeners will pursue.
From the Grey Gardens. Why are you running from them?
This is the guy that gardener who came on our ship was asking about.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Daldemar sounds very...
I saw you
familiar.
immediately start
You
digging
see
through
me
the I
switch
saw you
up
start
like-
digging through
I
the
was
book. I was
like,
like,
"Ah, I
oh,
know
she
that."
recognizes that name.
I did remember the name.
Were you? Did you run? You may have not been here. I don't remember. He may have.
But Marius kind of
Just
like
when the-
yeah.
pulls you
I
aside
Yeah.
and
charmed
briefly
the person.
explains back at that small stop at that town set back from those fields of flowers.
No.
The
Isn't it?
masked woman who had come aboard your ship
Oh, that one.
searching for a man of the same name.
I don't remember that.
I do. I think I tried to like charm the person and do these things like that.
You did.
Yeah. Yes.
You tried to catch charm on her. She just kind of stared at you.
Yeah.
She didn't think it was very funny. She was the one who had flung that spell under Cammy's feet,
Mhm.
that zone of truth,
Mm-hmm.
as she interrogated her about the whereabouts of this man.
We'll keep
And
that.
here, maybe a week downstream, who else?
we find.
So, they're interrogating passersby on the river then. And you see my need for secrecy.
Yes, but are we in danger with you? Obviously, we are in some danger.
I won't lie to you. Yes. Granting me passage may draw their ire, at the very least their ire. I am a hunted man, but I cannot tell you why. I learned a few weeks back that the Revolutionary Council wanted me dead. Of no reason, to my knowledge. I was a diligent voice for the Galton people. I served my constituents well, made them happy, kept them fed and well.
Do I know of anything of this council? If they're doing any kind of underground shenanigans, vaguely?
We made some knowledge checks back when the gardener had first appeared. about the Galton political situation, but that
It's a
was
mess.
like a week ago in game and many moons ago in
Yeah.
real life.
Right.
So I'll
Holy
give you a
cow.
Galt refresher.
And Nick just walks out from behind screen.
Yeah, he just comes
just
around the
goes
corner.
I always,
Rolls
Rashid
in a
just takes
chalk-
a seat and like it's
Rolls in a chalkboard.
I mean, there's just always general knowledge of like governments in general.
Galt.
just, like-
What
like,
you knew
there's
before
always some sort of shenanigans.
is that Galt is fickle. Sometimes, specifically about their rulership. The best direct comparison that I would have to give you as players is they are in something akin to Revolutionary France's very guillotine-happy phase, where they
It's a good face.
figure that the solution to all of their problems is just to continue executing whoever is currently in charge until all of their problems go away. It is a land.
Okay.
It's not wrong. Like it's
Just don't get in power.
a land where it is somewhat dangerous to participate in any form of politics because these Grey Gardeners, these kind of faceless and
Is there like a dictator to that land, or is it like
No,
ran by a
it's
group?
led by a council.
Council?
And it is a council that ousted and executed everyone who was previously in charge. That's why it's
Yeah.
called the Revolutionary Council. They
Right.
just overthrew the government and took over. And whether they're reliable or trustworthy or good, and their political desires and their allies and their enemies will completely differ from every individual, different Galton person that tells you the story.
Yeah.
It is truly just kind of a mess. And it's really not an impossible story that Senator
Right,
Dalton is
right.
telling you. It's very possible he's hiding something.
Sure.
It's very possible he's not. You could both roll me a perception check to see how much you believe that he has truly done nothing wrong.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use this one from Nebula 315 because you're a good person and I like you, and I just want to use your hero point.
That's Sully's bestie.
I'm
got
also
one.
going to use this one from another one from Nebula 315.
Pump him, pump him, pump him.
I want you to know that Nebula, you're number 1, and you added 1 to the roll.
That was cocked. It moved.
I believe you. I believe you.
No, it was worse.
Can
23.
can I change my change over to seeking now?
Yeah,
that we've
absolutely.
read
If you want to
there?
roll perception too, you can.
He just wants to roll.
Now that you're here,
I
he's
wanna
locked
roll.
in.
Okay,
Marius
yeah.
is locked in.
That's a
Chill.
39, I think.
Whoa!
Yeah,
What? How did you not land that?
21.
39.
That's amazing.
I had a 22, not a 39, so.
Humongous.
That's amazing.
That's so big. Okay. But before I tell you anything here,
I was gonna say.
Oroku-san,
What big thing are you talking about?
Oh, no.
Is it the roll? Or...
the party has endured the red-sailed menace. The Great Mother is pleased that the survivors still fare well. Have gazed upon the pendulum, and once more chaos plays a fickle game, a wheel and a woe. As the fates demand from the court of Silk's horde. Alrighty. So, we're gonna start by saying with a 39. This man does seem
There it is.
this man does seem
Oh, that's
sincere. You sense no reason not to believe Senator Daldomain here. No reason to think that he might be deceiving you. Doesn't mean he isn't, but there certainly is no obvious tell. And he continues as the three of you are there, and Cammy's just thinking. Not long after I received word that the council was after my head, I received a strange missive from a group of which I'm unfamiliar. They called themselves the Stardust Augurs. They expressed sympathy for my fates and offered to shelter me within northern Veruden Forest. So I need not make it far past the border. And have little choice other than to trust in them. So, with all of that knowledge, are you willing to take the risk? To help a man in need? Bear me passage?
I mean, I know it's quite common with where you're from to execution is quite freely done. Yes, I understand you're still not trusted as we go, but
It is
I can't speak for you all.
sort of a question for the captain, isn't it?
It's just sent us out here to get you, so we're going back
Here.
to the ship one way or another.
Allow me to offer you perhaps then a token of friendship, something that was included in this missive from the Augurs. And he extends a hand through the door, opens it a little bit wider, and you can see a small leather pendant with a red and gold heart-shaped ruby set into its front. It's a light little amulet, but you can see it casting a warm pink glow across the palm of his hand. I'm not a magically trained man myself, nor any of my retainers. I'm unfamiliar with what exactly it is, but it's clearly potent. They sent it to me, ensuring it would offer protection.
That's up for him to grab it. Right, well, let's take him.
Some
If
of us
someone
can do
shows
that.
up wanting his life, I'm itching for a fight.
May this
so-
wheel from them be for you. Well, not from them so much as from Hiroku-san, but, you know.
But while
There you go.
we-
Ooh.
on our way back to the ship, here, put this on, and I want to hand him this heavy raincoat I got from
Okay.
a while back, just to kind of cover up his.
As you kind of
noble
agree
wear.
to take him, Aldemain opens the door wider, and you can see his outfit is just kind of covered in bits of hay. He's clearly hiding up in the hayloft of this barn,
You
waiting
look
for his
great.
retainers to return. He's in surprisingly decent spirits.
Is he
Smile
injured at
on
all?
his face. He doesn't appear to be injured. The only real injury you can see across the group is on the arm
Okay.
of that one. But everyone else looks like they're at least okay. It's like some minor scrapes and bruises, but nothing severe.
Think about changing your
just
clothes to
roughed
something
up.
commoners would wear.
That's if I had clothes in which to change, I would. But we've had to make our flight very abruptly.
Oh,
Didn't have much time to pack or prepare, I'm afraid. And besides, a few days back we were waylaid by bandits on the road and took nigh everything but the clothes off our backs.
And you could have stole some from some laundry lines.
I could, but
Oh well.
it would.
Not everybody
Is-
has those kind of skills. Or
Perhaps
even-
this is a weakness of mine, but
You're too good-hearted.
I couldn't stomach into. These are my people.
That's fair.
No matter my needs, I can't steal from them. So I've dedicated my life to much the opposite. You're good folk, taking this risk for me, and I thank you. As I said, I've little else to reward you with, but if I can make it safely to a city, if the Stardust Augurs can protect me and I can reach Taldor, then my family will be in touch. I can provide much greater rewards.
We'll hold you to it.
And as he goes a step through the door, and the group of you turn away to start to move your way back towards the ship, there was a wheel and a woe in that. You see just a brief flash of light on metal in the air as a pair of daggers shoot out from the tree line, really around from the corner of this barn, and strike MD and MD.
I'm too big. I'm just too big.
He's just too big. It's
Never say the dice don't tell a story.
it's-
Never say it.
Can't hit the broadside of a barn, but can hit the broadside of MD. The bigger target.
Yes.
you are very much flat-footed
Yeah.
against these.
Oh gosh, that's
It's
funny.
a whoa. I was gonna make them both crits, but they hit the same person. That seems so unfair.
Is the person attacking my level or lower?
Sure isn't.
Thanks.
Oh no.
That's
Let's
rough.
see.
Go back to the
Let's
dream.
see. Let's see. Go back to
Wake
sleep.
up! Wake up!
Where do we get these high-level bandits from?
Oh my.
These bandits need new jobs.
They might be the ones going after
No,
them.
no! Stop it!
These-
Stop doing that!
These bandits are like
Oh,
Nice.
No, no, no,
They're
no,
over- they're overqualified.
Corey, hush.
No,
I hope
why
he,
are you-
he sees the thing I rolled.
he rolled a 18 and a 20.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude.
Hold on.
Take a picture for the class.
So, what's
Okay.
your AC?
Me?
Yeah,
Why me?
I just want to know.
He's gonna throw
Is it
you a
27?
It's 27 now.
Cool. It hits Cammy, it hits me. Flat-footed.
The first dagger does 106 damage.
Awesome.
Holy cow.
That my glasses
How
are
big
really
is this
surprised.
dagger? It makes it sound
Straight
small.
in the side of MD's neck. Much more average. Much more average. Okay. The second dagger does 78.
Can I have a reaction?
No.
Can I Orcish Ferocity?
Oh no.
Ooh, you are not.
That's just an innate ancestral
Yeah.
thing.
Make me a reflex save.
18 on the die for a 39.
I will give you Orcus Ferocity. You see two daggers flash out, one directly in the side of MD's throat and one right in his waist. And you see MD almost immediately slump and fall. But he does not.
Eyes roll in the back of his head. He lets out a grunt. We gotta go.
And you
Now.
turn and you see hand outstretched a gray-clad woman with a white mask obscuring her face, striding forward towards you, short, curved sword in hand. As she looses these two bolts, she motions, and two more men flank out from around the
Oh.
barn behind her, rushing forward, each wielding short swords and clad up in leather and chain armor. By the word of the Revolutionary Council, all of you have been sentenced to death for crimes against Galt and her people, harboring a national fugitive. Surrender your lives now, it'll be quick and painless.
We just met this man.
I'd rather not.
I need you to roll me some initiative.
You sounded so cool there.
Thanks.
I'd rather not.
That was bad.
The dice on that first one, oh my
Dude,
lord.
I can't.
That was so bad.
God.
Corey, sorry. I was trying to do math and I kept seeing Corey just look at it and crack up. He'd look at it and crack up again like...
I'm trying to think.
Oh. Cammy, you look
Wait.
excited.
No, I didn't roll that good, but I'm so perceptive now. Like I said in the pre-show, I did
What'd you
get a
get?
30.
30, all right. Reginald,
I don't know if I want to roll or if I want to use one of my things.
up to you.
It
You
was-
feel that you're starting to kind of get...
DC 11, I automatically get a 19
Yes,
plus.
so 50-50. You either get a 1 or a 19. You want to go for it? As you see these knives hit MD,
Yeah, I'll
you
go
turn
for
and
it.
look, you give into it, and you see everything flash out of color into these
I rolled a
outlines around you, and
I
you...
literally rolled a 1.
Hey,
Yeah.
good news, it doesn't matter if you use the power or not. It's a 1 regardless, so like, it didn't hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to destabilize this.
Today.
You really gotta.
This was hot last week,
Yeah.
not this week.
Stagger out
You
from
guys
this.
terrible.
I don't know what to tell
It
you.
doesn't matter what you do.
So what's that give you
Ow.
total?
This one?
No.
What's your
that one's
total?
bad. Oh, sorry. 1 plus 18
push over.
is 19.
MD.
16 plus 18 because I get -1 to initiative. 34.
34. Marius.
4 for a 25.
25. We got 19, 25, 30, 34. All right, pretty evenly spaced here. The Mooks.
The mooks.
31 for the two men rushing forward. The Grey Gardener. 36. And as she makes her demand, let me position us all on the map over here. Because we now, thanks to Arkin Forge, have our nice little board. MD right in the back. I mean, canonically, it makes sense. I had the map set up with MD right in the front, so it kind of makes sense. You take knife A and knife B. I literally just rolled 2d4 and it went 2-2.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Sometimes you get lucky, and that's what that was.
She,
Lucky
lucky.
for some of us.
She makes her demand, but without even giving you an instant to acquiesce, strides up forward towards MD, this kukri in her left hand and twirls around and just swings it as you grunt and stagger up towards your side.
You don't have to do this. You really
Hiroki-san said, good news, the revolutionaries are here. Bad news, they think we're part of the problem. You are flat-footed to this attack,
Oh, for pity's sake.
and it is going to be a 35 to hit.
Okay.
It hits.
No.
Just hits?
It just hits.
I'm fairly confident you're going down to this one.
Guys, chill
I have
out.
12.
It's going to be more than, I'll tell you, it's going to be more than 12.
Guys.
I can roll straight ones, it'll be more than 12.
You can roll it. I don't know how much damage it takes.
I like rolling dice. Rolling dice is fun.
We need to chill out.
Dice are cool.
You can get 'em back
I
up,
like
alright.
dice. It's going to be 21 points of damage.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
only because you're next.
You go down.
Yeah, I had 12.
Following up the daggers with this quick
Hitting the
slash, the gardener
It's fine.
drops MD to the ground as he's unable to even react.
Aliceman does very little.
And then she looks out towards the group of you, sees Reginald with your cane, Marius reaching for a bow, and Cammy, the one she had put in the zone of truth earlier. You lied. And she reaches back under her cloak, whips out a hand crossbow and fires.
Oh, I don't want to be
In a single
here.
motion.
We just
Wait.
met this man.
Wait.
It's
Wait, first I want to do something. First I'm going to
You
just
don't
see if
have
I...
a
Did that say
reaction.
reverse?
Oh, I don't have a
What?
reaction. Then...
She has basically...
Is this a ranged strike?
Sure is.
No, it's not. It automatically misses. Thank you.
Ooh, okay.
It automatically misses. I have a reaction! Last second sidestep. This one I know is Nebula. Thank you.
It would have been a 39 to hit you.
That is why it misses.
That's rude. That's her 3 actions: move, strike, quick shots. And MD
I love
is
that
actually
one. That's my favorite
over
of
here,
the hero
which
points.
means we've made the greatest of situations. All of the enemies winning initiative. Quick reminder:
It cheated.
this is not the dream. These two, short swords in hand, move up to either side of the Grey Gardener here, and both raise their blades defensively, clearly readying strikes for anyone that would approach her.
Do I have any kind of reaction?
Cammy, when we get to your turn, you will.
Yep, this is bad. So I'm gonna... I haven't done this in a minute. But the first thing that I'm going to do, as soon as I see MD go down, I'm going to shoot out my arm, like, no! And Greenie is gonna skitter down. He's basically just gonna do like a wall jump off of MD as he quickly hits him with a lay on hands. I think he can get back to it. It's like he's
Yeah, he
right
can.
there. He's like,
He's got the distance. He can deliver the spell, and then MD, you kind of wake up on the ground to the clear chameleon. So we're at 6 level spells now. So it's 36?
36.
36 hit points.
Nice.
36 and that AC bonus. for the
Wounded
round.
1.
Yes.
Ah, so that'll
We're
be 2
fine.
actions, and then my last action will be to shove Marius forward with a stoke the heart, just like, ah! That'll send over to Marcus.
Marcus.
That
And
one
though
didn't go
her,
up yet. It goes up next.
though her face is concealed
Go for it.
by this mask, this gardener here is just coldly cutting through you, just hacking her way towards the door that you're currently standing in, towards Senator Daldomain. Absolutely unbothered by how many lives she has to cut down for
Oh,
this.
Jeez, dude. She sucks.
I mean, I'll pray, but what? We haven't even been harbored. We just got here. We didn't even know who he was.
And she turns her masked face your direction. We've met before. I'd spoke with you. You'd claimed ignorance of this subject, and here you find a betting of national criminals and of the people of Galt. This offense cannot be granted amnesty. You've all been sentenced to execution by my hand.
Can I?
She
As
speaks
a
too much for
reaction?
6-second rounds. She needs to wait her turn.
As an action, I have what is it? Invigorating feet. What is it called? I just had it. It's right here. Hold on.
You don't have an action yet.
No, reaction.
You don't have a reaction
You
yet.
don't
That's
Hasn't
gotta be
happened
your
to
turn.
yet. We got
I
caught
don't
on
My
think
the
turn
way.
has to
ever-
happen?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's never happened to Brett.
Oh yeah, that's the first time you haven't
This
had a
is the
fight that was
first
like
time.
clearly happening. Yeah, if you know a fight is coming, if you're like aware, it's not. But if it like comes out of nowhere, like they launched an ambush, you haven't reacted yet, so you can't do anything.
Okay.
That's why she couldn't try to disappear when the gardener shot at her.
Alright, well, so be it. I'm gonna try something that might be a bad idea.
There are no bad ideas.
There's no bad idea.
I'm going to.
That's a bad.
I guess I can leave the hat on, but just drop the
I'm pretty sure it's just a free action to
Yeah.
drop your disguise. You just turn into a ghoul.
yeah. I become my true appearance of a ghoul, and I'm going to try to just use that as intimidating glare to demoralize one of the other
Okay.
two.
Give me an intimidation.
Maybe this will actually work.
He's
Please,
a
dice.
scary
I would love
ghoul.
to actually have an intimidation.
He's a
glare,
scary
like,
ghoul.
roll
He's a
work
scary
once.
ghoul.
Okay, that's
Who's
a
a scary ghoul?
15 for
Who's a scary-
27.
27.
Or, yeah, 27.
He's a scary ghoul. You look at the one nearest you as you drop your guys and turn into a ghoul and just kind of like bury your fangs here. And he immediately sort of like shuffles backwards. And the gardener snaps her gaze to him and he jolts and readies himself back up. But he's clearly pretty shaken. He is frightened.
Yeah.
And then I will give the Grey Gardener a couple arrows.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Woo! That's
Not
a
happy.
19 for a total of 40. And then a 13 for a 31. Yeah.
The 40 is absolutely going to hit. The 31, she takes the first arrow and turns back towards you and just twists out of the way of the second. The 31 is going to miss.
That's rough.
She's quick.
Oh, that's not good, guys. But 40 isn't a crit.
40 is not a well, 31 wasn't a hit, so 40 is not a crit.
I guess also it would have been a. What did I say? It was a 40. It would have been 38.
38 also hits.
Close range.
Volley.
Okay. 12 and 14, and then what is it? Plus 4.
4.
16.
16? Did you say 14? And then the 4?
14. Yeah. 18.
18. Good news, she is just a person. She takes 18 damage.
Yay. 'Cause
Reginald.
That hasn't happened in a long
Okay.
time.
Forgot what it's like to fight things that take damage when you hit them.
Gosh,
so
that's
MD
awesome.
MD just went down.
MD
He's
went
back
down,
up.
but you saw Greenie run over and just and you see his eyes kind of shoot open on the
Okay.
ground. He's prone, but he is conscious.
And how much did you pump into him?
36.
36. Okay.
And he has a plus 2 AC bonus for this round.
Okay.
That's a hit from her.
We gotta go.
So move.
He could certainly take more. Don't shy.
Yeah,
Don't,
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
by
exactly.
all means, don't let me
Um,
persuade you.
I think move battle menace. I'll move up to
As
MD.
you move up, the guard on her left lashes forward and strikes out with his blade.
Wait, me?
Yes.
As I get into range?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's ready to hit. It's not an attack of opportunity.
No.
He used 1 action to move, 2 actions to ready a strike.
Oh, okay, got
They're
it.
just ready to hit. They are just protecting her.
Cowards.
And it is going to be a 27 to hit.
That misses.
And these guards with her, clearly, immediately from that swing, not on her level at all.
Yeah.
You duck under this swipe and
And then
reach
as
down.
I duck under, I with my cane, I come back up. No devise a stratagem, just straight up, just a normal attack, which I believe I get strategic strike when I do that without devise a stratagem, which gives me an extra +3 to.
The strategic strike is part of when you do devise a stratagem. You get like there's a flat
I-
damage bonus you get.
I thought that was like if I do it without using devise a stratagem, I still get a little.
You don't
bit
get
of
any,
bonus.
but you maybe if you just it's like you rolled all ones basically. Did you take that
Basically,
thing?
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So give
So
me an attack roll.
I will do that attack roll to this person. Mother, son of a biscuit.
Dude, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do it either.
He's
I
tried all the dice here.
You rolled great last week.
A
That
Roku-san
was
gave
the
me one
first
of these
time.
as well. I'm going to use this one. So thank you, Oroku-san, from last week, which I remembered. That was just straight off the dome, son. Another reroll.
You're doing great.
Natural 20. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you,
I mean, that's
Rokusan.
the man. You duck on his blade, and then you give him a very stabbed.
Hey, he's
How
flat-footed.
very sad.
Yes.
You're conscious. He's flat-footed.
Not that I think it
Not
matters.
that it
Let's
matters.
go.
But like,
Let's go.
you are a prone threat.
So this
You see me start
is
thrashing.
just 2d6, so that's 7. I think it's 7 plus 6 because that
That sounds like it's probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 13,
that's
so 26.
Yes. So that is one was moving, one was that attack,
Yes.
and then actually well, those are doubled because of natural 20.
Yeah, 26. I wrote down 26.
You're the best. You're the
I
best.
got you. I got you.
And then battle medicine is one action for me.
Sure is.
I will do one action on him to give him battle medicine.
Big
And
one.
Dude,
Biggest roll you got.
he
Do
always
it.
asks
Can
for the
you
biggest
calm down? Okay.
Coward.
I'm a more of a percentage guy. Okay.
I
have
don't
numbers.
care. I need a lot of help.
If I know you need a lot of help.
She took me from 100 to 0 in 1 second flat.
I know.
Uh-huh.
But I have a plus 18.
Do it.
I do have one more
Do it.
undoozies. I need it.
You got it.
I have
Okay, I'll do the DC 30.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants the big one.
Do
Just
it.
rolled my natural 20, guys. Hold on, wait.
That's not bad.
11 plus, what is it, medicine?
Yep.
Yep. One off.
It's 29.
You don't have healing.
But I will not let that go to waste. I did your reroll for the day.
That's
I
his
didn't do
reroll.
my reroll, which is turned back.
You have
the
your
clock.
reaction reroll. Okay.
There we
So
go. And we got a
every-
hero point in the bank.
Everything slowed down.
Eventually, we'll make this.
Uh-huh.
Got a hero point in the bank. You do.
Keep fishing. Keep
Yeah,
fishing.
you'll find it. You'll find it. You'll find it. Find the
Emptied
beat.
the bank.
I'll say it every
I'm-
time. I do not put the fortune trade on hero points as they come from the audience.
Get-
So
I am
It's
now.
the
This is my.
You only do one a roll, but you can't do both.
This
of
is
those
my
rerolls.
last one, and I think it was either Oroku-san or
This is one Nebula.
Nebula. I think I used like 2.
Believe.
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 Get on the rhythm.
Thank you, John Hype Train.
Maybe it's better. I don't even know. I'm just gonna
Get
like
into-
be casual about it. What is it? You tell me. It's great, right? I
I
didn't
mean,
even
it
like
was better than like the last one.
that. Hey, bud.
That's Arcadus's. He's
28 now.
No, I think I used arcade. Oh no, I did. That was Arcadus's.
he's
That's
trying.
28.
He reaches down. He quickly tries the bandage MD, but you're kind of like surrounded by foes.
Wait,
here.
hold on. When I use the DC 31 and I don't succeed, isn't there a penalty?
Only if you critically fail. If you critically fail, you accidentally stab him a little bit.
I just want to make sure I'm
But-
playing the game right. Because if I'm gonna accidentally kill the guy,
You feel these knives,
roleplay.
a quick slash, black out for a second, wake up to Greenie standing over you, and look around to see your allies a little fearful around you. I had a stress check for the three of you from MD going down.
Oh, come on.
from me,
From
Everyone but
I don't have any more
MD.
rerolls. I don't like this.
You're fine.
I feel so vulnerable.
Teehee.
I got an 8.
Teehee.
Wait, what is it?
Cammy's-
Is this a straight
Flat
roll?
check.
Is it 10?
Teehee. Three stress. And you are prone but conscious, MD.
I do a cool kick flip. Like,
Dude.
I just do a stand up kip
Has
up.
anyone ever gotten more value out of anything than you do Kip Up?
Kip up is so good.
Yeah.
Kip
I get
Up's
knocked
so
down
good.
a lot.
But you
Then
get
he
up
gets
again.
up again.
I get knocked down. I get knocked down. I get up again. Then I get knocked down. I kip up.
A hero point from Scott! Scott! From the one that's
It's
trying to
been
heal
a
MD.
while.
I was trying so
I
hard.
love you, Scott.
Oh.
And then
Thank
I'm going to kip up. She hit me before I had time to draw a weapon. In a 5-foot step next to Reginald, on the other side of Reginald, opposite of Marius from Reginald. Out of her, away from her.
Okay.
And maybe she'll.
Now you're
hit-
up near this big embankment that does lead down to the creek that's right up next to you to the north here. There is just kind of like a drop that leads down to. Well, I guess we had to clamber up to get here.
Tell us the convenient cliff.
There's a convenient cliff we can just run. We can abscond from.
Or shove. Or shove.
It's like a 10-foot embankment.
That's nothing.
Like a 10-foot down, 5-foot across the escarpment. Like it's not super steep. It's like 45 degrees. It's not crazy steep.
Climb back up?
What?
Would it be hard to climb back up?
Somewhat. It'd be like a scramble, but it would be maybe difficult to do when someone's hitting you with a sword. But like,
Sorry.
you went up that in the first place.
Yeah. If I can
And
find a they can climb it.
free action kip up, 5 foot step back. Second action, draw the longsword. Third action, thrust.
Stab the man. He's already got a cane sword poked through him.
Oh, I don't have it.
What kind of damage you doing?
Flat-footed because you got gang up.
2 on the
Rip.
die. You know what though?
I know what. Is it hero points?
Reverse strike, it's a success.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's the power of the thing. Okay. Does that say play when you fail or just
Did I critically? Yeah, play when you fell. So maybe it's a crit.
what
so.
is the total? It's definitely not a,
24.
that hits.
You say that.
That's why I was like, tell me the number
You
first,
say
because
right
like they're
there.
Yeah.
the goons. He's flat-footed. The goons do not have that high stats.
That's a surprise to me.
24 will hit the flat-footed.
I know.
goon.
I know exactly what he is. He's not immune to precision.
He's absolutely not. No, you guys are 11th level characters. That's just like a guy with a sword. Like the Grey Gardener seems like she's really
She's a problem.
competent, but
She's
the
a
guys,
problem.
they're just dudes with swords.
10, 13 plus 7, 20 damage to him.
Nobody saw that. Forget that hero point.
20 damage to him, and he is. What did it say? Clumsy one.
With the 2 hits from you and Reginald, the first man, the man on the northern side here, is bloodied. He is, again, just a guy. He really can't take that much. The gardener, however, now slightly out of range of everybody, is going to flick her kukri around, reach back down, and swipe it across a little slot in the top of her sheath and pull it back. And you see it glistening with a sudden moisture along the blade. Turn it back like an underhanded grip. Step forward.
Wait, now can I use my reaction?
Yes.
Can I do Invigorating Fear, which is once per hour. A creature within 60 feet of me gains the frightened condition. I'm guessing they have to roll something for this. You are invigorated by the shock of a prank or a thrum or terror.
I think
You gain
it's-
temporary hit points equal to the creature's level or 3. Whichever is higher, you lose temporary hit points after 1 minute.
Okay. You
Uh,
get 7 temporary hit points.
Is that all that does? It doesn't cause any kind of fear towards this person?
No, you see him. You get kind of bolstered by seeing
Yeah,
him
yeah.
being afraid of your cool friend here. You get 7 temporary hit points. Technically, you would have to
Wait,
do the reaction
say
when
boo
Mari's
and then
dead.
ask if he's
Yeah.
afraid.
Boo.
Boo.
Oh, man.
Oh, see, look at
He's spooked. He's skittish. She's going to step up and... let's see. You all look like somewhat dangerous marks. She doesn't like the ghoul. What would she's smart? What's she going for? I think it's
me.
probably...
Not again. dude.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
I think it's honestly Reginald.
You did it.
Because you're like on
Dude, you're the leader.
death's door here. He's a longbow guy. Reginald got a real good hit and is clearly like just darting around doing some crazy quick healing stuff. She's going to swing at Reginald, and I'm going to use a villain point.
Good.
From Link 1429.
Oh,
Wait, what am I supposed to do whenever she hits me? Oh, just take it? Dang it.
Yeah.
Lay down and take it. That's what I did. It worked out perfectly.
Gets slightly punched. You are flat-footed to gang up
Why?
because they have the same thing that MD does.
That's rude.
Where
That's
they just
cheating.
need to be around you in order to do it.
Uh-oh.
Actively cheating.
I'm going to take the one that has 2 digits on the die instead of the one that is a 5.
It's golf score.
It's golf score. I don't know about that. That's going to be... This is a fun number. 45 to hit.
Surprisingly, that specific number misses.
I actually have a feat. This is if you get specifically a 45.
No, that's a critical. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
29 is my AC.
And you are going to take... 42 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Okay.
As you feel not such burning or stinging, but a strange numbness,
Fortitude.
an odd lack of pain around where the
Switching
kukri flashes across you.
Follow your heart.
Whichever calls to you.
Not bad.
Fortitude, that's 34.
No.
Ooh, all right. You feel a little bit of a numbness on this slash, but you push it off. You push through it. You're good.
Okay.
And step up poison weapon swing is 3 goobers. All right. Goober the first
Goobers.
is going to take a swing at MD here. He has
No.
gang up. He is
Stop.
not higher level than you, so he doesn't get the benefits.
I deny his advantage.
You
I know
deny
that
the
trick.
hell out of his advantage.
I know that trick.
It's like this man exists to give her gang up or something. It's like that's his God-given purpose on the
Wow.
battlefield.
That's wild. How long does that bonus to AC last? To your
1
turn?
round.
Your turn?
Until it gets
Okay.
to Cammy. Yep, you
Yeah.
have it.
You still have it.
Nice.
33
Hits.
hits. You are not flat-footed, so he just gives you a nice little 13 points of slashing damage with the
Fine.
sword.
You can take that. Oh, you can take that. He's good.
He's going to try it again. The same number, because I rolled 4 higher, and a short sword is agile. So
It hits. All the same number.
12 points of slashing damage.
Not the same number. You gotta follow
Gets
instructions.
slap, slap, and the third, absolutely not hitting, as he just attempts to fight back the line here. The third is going to step up to flank his leader, and here he is going to join in her attack at Reginald. Making a swing to the north, not flat-footed because he is not high enough level to gang up you. 31 to hit your full AC, Reginald.
Yes, that hits.
You shall take 15 points of slashing damage.
15
I think it hits, sir.
15 points of slashing damage, and he is going to turn to the door and see Daldemane kind of scrambling back from the door here. The 3 of his retainers are sort of back behind you over towards the east end of the building. Not really sure what to do. One of them kind of just running in a panic. The other 2 back, hands up, like surrendering, but not really sure how to help or do anything. And that man's going to look around the door frame and call out, he's there! I see him! The senator! And then try to push Marius out of the way.
Oh. Don't push him on top of me.
Have you ever tried to push a dwarf? It's really hard. It's pretty tough. They're pretty good at not
They're
getting
like
pushed,
rocks.
really. Hey, what's your fort DC?
Oh, no.
Is that just plus 10?
Plus 10.
31.
He critically fails, so he goes to shove Marius, and Marius just bowls him over and knocks him again.
Nah.
Can I be more frightened now?
He's
Is this the one that was afraid
This
of
is
him
the
being a
frightened
ghoul?
one. Oh, wait a minute. And now he's been kind of knocked over.
No.
He's scared. He's
Get
on
out
the
of
ground.
way.
Oh no. Cammy,
Um,
you have a battle line in front of you.
I do.
You have a wall.
I have a funny question.
I have a funny answer.
It's like a cheeky little question. So, if a circle were big enough, would you consider 3 people lined up to be on the circumference of said circle?
How big is the circle?
It could be up to 60.
Yeah, with a 60-foot
Would it?
burst, or
Yeah.
that's 120 feet across. Absolutely, a 120 foot across circle is going to be big enough to fit.
Okay. Is
3
there a
people in
good
the
size here that maybe will protect the senator? Although I'm really not, like, hung up on it.
You're trying.
I'm just sort of concerned about not hitting us.
especially if you're
and-
trying to put a bubble where the wall is just kind of like in front of you. That's like you could fit it in there. Your problem is going to be a bubble that you're inside of that includes the
But
3
if it was
enemies
big enough, would
is
it just
also
hit-
going to include Daldemane in the building because
got-
he's on that arc.
I got
Like-
so many healing spells. I'll see
He'll
him.
be fine.
I'll see him in a minute. I got breath of life,
What's
like
the-
backed in
what's
my
the
pocket there.
range on it?
It's 120 feet, baby.
120 feet, baby.
Put
Because
them in the
you
circle.
you could put it
That's what.
The
This is
other
a group
way-
question. This is geometry.
you could put it the other way.
They get covered.
So it's
then.
arcing away from you. They get covered if they're in it, not like if they're on the perimeter.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Let's do that. Let's save the senator some
What
grief.
happened? What are you doing?
I'm gonna be casting my new spell, Blessed Boundary.
What happens?
Well, this is the interesting thing. One of the reasons that I took it is that it specifically says manifestations of divine force as it relates to your patron.
Okay.
Now I don't know if this is starting from Cammy's perception of her patron or maybe something more real because I haven't met her. Personally, I don't know the woman.
It's in the check in the mail every month.
Well, what does it look like? What do we see here?
I'd imagine that it would be shooting up out of the ground, similar kind of like spiky fragments, jagged edges, but I would imagine it would be like shattered porcelain, like pieces of faces and glassy eyes.
And it just shoots up in a huge dome that almost looking like it's threatening to swallow up these 3 Galton assassins here. As this porcelain appears ripping across it. Do they make reflex saves? What's
It
the
is
save
reflex.
on this?
It's
Alright.
so the effects, are determined by the creatures.
Goobers.
Reflex save, and they're goobers.
Goober of the South
Goober of the South.
gets a 36.
Oh, he succeeds.
That's a regular success.
Regular success.
Oh, his spell DC is getting up there.
It's
Goober,
30 now.
Goober of the North gets a 25.
Ha 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 ha! He fails.
That's a 25. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's a regular failure.
I was thinking 36 for some reason because that's the number you just said.
That's not be got. And then
Yeah, 2 more. Okay.
the gardener
Thank you. No, yeah, I'll
She's
take
a
yours.
rogue.
gets
Thank
a
you,
35, so regular success. So I imagine half on the gardener, half on the goober of the South, and full on the goober of the North.
Well, full on the Goober of the North, and it's funny that he's the one of the North, because if they take the full damage, they're pushed up to 10 feet in a direction of my choice.
Oh,
Aha.
okay.
And the Goober of the North stands up. Funny thing about the Goober of the North.
I think I can see where this is going. As this appears, these fragments of floating, almost like stark white porcelain, bound together with like a wavering yellow energy over this dome, slices up and casts this guy off the embankment where he just tumbles in the air and falls 10 feet down to the ground below. Also takes a bunch of damage.
Yeah!
Is it a basic
Yay.
reflex save or is it a save to take nothing?
It's a basic.
Okay, so half on the other two. So let's
Yeah,
do dice.
well, it's
That's
got
a lot.
effects.
You got a lot of dice
so
in your
it's-
hand.
Yeah, they're gonna get. Yeah, well, it's yes, it is. Oh, I have one too. 78. My bad.
78.
My bad, friends.
The 78.
78,
Just 78
and one of
damage.
them gets half. One of them gets half. 2 of them get half.
Yeah.
Whee! Whoa. That's
Whee!
10. That's 10.
Look at the fun part of Pathfinder. We just roll a bazillion dice and it's fun.
That's a 7. Oh, so that's 10. Okay, so 30.
30.
Nice.
30
Nice.
clean.
The northernmost one between the 30 points of damage and the 10 points of fall damage
Yes!
is going to hit the ground and be knocked out cold by the impact.
Yes.
And just tumble across the ground. The southernmost one has now taken 15 damage. And the gardener is going to take 15 as well as she kind of throws her hand with the kukri up over her face, trying to kind of protect herself there. How many actions is that?
That was only 2.
You got one left.
I got one left, and that's going to be to tell Marius he's doing a great job. I'm gonna sustain Stoke as I finish lifting all of this just jagged rock and porcelain out of the ground. Ah! Stay away from him!
Marius.
Thanks, I appreciate that. As you stoke me, I'm also gonna say, hide. I'm gonna
What?
hide. I'm gonna long jump and just kind of jump backwards onto the roof of the building.
I'm exposed.
How high can you go with your long jump?
You're jumping over
Can you get
me?
like some insane vertical?
I mean,
with your-
is it-
you got your ghoul hop.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
I assume, or high jump instead, but
Okay.
is high jump not just vertical?
High jump is vertical, but like it's a somewhat realistic vertical unless you have a feat that makes it higher.
Which I just
It's
took.
it's like 4 feet of clearance. It's like
Oh.
an actual reasonable amount of upward distance. Long jump
it's
is
just Vince Carter's vert. That's all you got. You're
long
just on a
jump.
normal
Like
white
it's
guy.
it's high,
Yeah.
but like long jump is how far you can make like the total of an athletics check.
On
High
the-
jump is like 4 feet until you get
Just
stuff that starts
become-
making it silly.
On
There's a lot of
the
stuff that
map,
makes
he
it
already
silly.
jumped into the
Fine,
bed in the
fine.
building.
You know what? Okay.
You
I'll-
got horizontal boingus.
I'll
is what
use
you got.
wall run then.
That'll do it.
What?
You have wall run?
Yeah.
He's got Prince of Persia? All right.
I defy gravity, traversing vertical planes as easily as the ground. I stride up to my speed, start vertical on a horizontal surface, and I can run up vertical surfaces like walls at full speed.
All right. Well, he just runs. Okay, fair enough. That's what we need. There you go. He just runs up onto the building on about 10 feet overhead now.
Okay. Now
What?
I feel a little bit more natural up here.
Sometimes I
I'm
forget.
exposed.
Now
Why'd I get put on the front line?
Now I'm gonna shoot the garden for a few times.
Sometimes I forget that Marius is actually a coward.
Do you?
I forget that sometimes.
Is he a coward or is he an effective ranger?
No, he ran away from the first school we fought.
Effective ranger.
And
You
you
did-
see what already
He
happened.
was at range at all times. Always at range.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do the
Effective ranger, so he's a shotgun.
where'd it go? My deadly aim first. Deadly aim, and then a couple hunting shot. Arrows.
Pew twang pew pew.
No,
We're back on this.
no, and a
How much HP?
where's my thing? Where's my
11.
math?
She's at full AC.
15. I think that's gonna hit.
He's got confidence.
33.
You think it's going to hit, do you?
Maybe.
What? What?
Is that with your -2 for me within 30 feet?
What?
Oh yeah, it would be 31 again. Is
Do
she
you
flat-footed?
Shoot this. She is not.
No.
As you shoot this longbow down at her from the roof, she again just quickly twirls out of the way. She is quick.
She's good.
Marius is an
She's
overkill.
so cool too.
Reginald.
All right.
Wait.
Yes,
no.
you got.
No.
Take your time. I am going to use one of my chrono skimmer thingamajiggers as well, where I can cast slow on somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I believe it's just my DC spell is 27.
You have slow in front of you, right?
Yes.
Does that have the mental trait? It doesn't, does it? It's not a mental thing. It's like a physical, literally slows them down.
Where would I say the mental trait?
It'd be at the top. It'd be just like a rack of traits. All right. What is
No.
the DC?
Is it my spell DC?
Transmutation.
Yes, you're casting it. It's your spell DC. But
Yes,
also,
I
I mean,
believe-
what is she rolling, rather, is what I meant to say.
Yeah, so it's 27.
It's fortitude, right?
And it is a. Let's see. Fortitude, yes. Saving throw.
Alrighty. I will use a villain point
Why?
from
Why would you do that?
Arcadis.
I'm wasting a whole action. Why are
I'm
you doing this?
Wasting a whole villain point
He is wasting a whole villain point.
He's wasting.
for a fortitude save. Ooh, neither are great. I will take the one that is a 31,
Okay,
which
so
is probably a success.
yeah, just a normal success.
So a critical success because she is higher level than your spell.
target is fine.
And
Doesn't
she
even get slowed at all.
staggers for a second. You see her like literally shake it off. Like you shake her head back and forth for a second and shrug it free as she continues fighting.
Okay.
I believe that leaves you with one action left.
Yes. And then I am going to battle medicine, go big for MD.
Oop, hitting the cooldown. All right, double tap him. We'll
All
get
right.
there this time.
DC 30.
Come on.
This is going to give you real big.
Hey, that's it.
Yeah, I think so. Plus medicine, plus 18. That's 32.
32 is bigger than 30. He did it.
All right. Now let's see. 2d8.
And I just took robust recovery, or whatever it is called.
So 2d8.
Yes.
I don't
it's-
know what you add to it, but it's plus 30 is the default, and then plus double your level.
Yeah.
So
my.
plus 52,
Oh my gosh.
Plus another 11.
plus 63, 2d8 plus 63.
2d8 seems like
Is that
an
right?
afterthought at
Get
this point.
forensic in medicine,
I
idiot.
went from 2d8 plus 40 from last time, and I know we were just doubling, where it was like just doubling my.
Did you take it? Wait, are you taking? Do you add double your level, or do you add your level? You add your level. Did you take a
you
feat that
add,
makes
you
it
add the
double?
level to it's you add the level to the roll. So like it's
Oh, I thought you said you had a thing that made double your level. Okay, so it's 41.
something.
It's
like
52. So still plus 52. We had one extra 11 on there. So 2d8 plus 52.
Still.
Because you have a thing that adds your level, and you have a thing that adds your
Yeah.
level.
that. So 9 plus 52,
61.
61.
Slap!
You're back in, kid.
I never left.
You're back in.
I just
kid.
see this gashing
news
wound
is-
coming off of you. I just like quick little.
Normally when you
Stop
carry
that
sh-
rather than it.
Just plug
Normally-
that right up.
when you have a shield, it's just on your arm. So I'm just assuming you let me have the shield on my arm.
You do just kind of carry it on your
Yeah.
arm, yeah. It's like
Um,
strapped on.
It's kind of silly to not.
Sitting duck.
So we're just gonna shield raise. Raise shield and just stab at her with the sword. I'm a simple man with simple means. Slap. That's not gonna
Didn't you? What, are you slapping her? Or the...
No, I'm gonna
Oh, he's
24 against her flat-footed.
24 will not hit her flat foot.
Is it a failure or a critical failure?
24 is a regular failure because she's flat-footed.
It's a
There it
It's
is.
Reverse strike.
Wait, what is
There it
that,
is.
Colby?
Well, Colby, what's that card do? That's
it's
crazy.
a reverse strike.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
a really good
You
one.
know
Yeah.
what's really funny
slap her
is that the
backwards.
mooks have deny advantage and she doesn't. So she
Thank
she
you,
has the gang
Kaga,
up thing,
for
but
the reverse strike.
she can't deny advantage you right back.
And she's also flat-footed.
So you get a debilitation.
Welcome to D8 Town. Welcome to Rogueville.
Rusty Dagger Shanktown.
10, 14 plus 7 is 21. And as I stab into her, I kind of rend her armor open a little bit, and there's a point at it with Amaria is like, you can make this shot. I'm gonna give her weakness 5 to piercing damage.
Ooh! All right, one action left.
Stab again.
It's great.
Using
We
the
love
sword
stabbing.
Is longswords are versatile, right?
Yep.
Yeah, piercing.
That's why they're so good.
Yeah. 19 on the die. That is a total for a 36.
Hits.
Yeah.
And she's weakness 5.
10,
Second debilitation.
10, 14, 17, 19, 26. Plus the 5 from weakness 5.
Holy crap. 31 points of damage. Those two hits are definitely going to bloody the gardener. And as she takes those two back to back, you are not in flank town. You're on the end. She
don't
quickly with her
wanna
free
hit me.
hand motions over towards you, and she's gonna hold till after her minion. Her minion is gonna kind of get up, pull himself up off of the ground, and he is going to dart around to the other side and sort of look down, throw a glance at his fallen buddy down there.
Wait, do I get a attack of opportunity?
Do you have attack of opportunity? Because I'm almost
It's a-
confident you don't.
It's like a special.
right.
Yeah, not everyone has that. You gotta like take that. It's gonna be a thing.
Very
I don't even know if investigators can get it.
He doesn't want to hit me.
He
You wanna
runs
hit
around
me?
through this. He, with a success, took 15 for this like porcelain barrier and kind of stumbles out of it and comes back around and tries to, thinking he can just sort of slip in around here, goes back into the porcelain barrier.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Bring him back out,
And gets
boys.
a 23 and takes a failure.
1, 2, 3. I think this is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whee!
He's taking a
He
fall
should've
this
hit
time.
me. Oh.
Should hit her.
Those are 2 10s, right? 2 7.
10 collecting is the easiest way to do this.
34. Oh. 34. So it's a 40. Is that not right? 10, 20.
40 on set. What the heck
34.
is that roll?
40, yep.
40.
40 on 78 is insane. He runs back into it and just gets blasted for
Wait, you
40
have a lot of
damage,
sixes.
immediately bloodied.
Wait, did he fail?
He failed.
Guess where he's going?
Off the cliff he goes.
He looked down
Looks
at
down at him, looks up, and just gets blasted
Oh
down
my
into the
God.
cliff, into the ditch as well. Takes 10 more damage,
They get to take a
They
nap
really are
together.
goobers.
and then is just gonna kind of stagger up to his feet down there and look back up
They look
the
so
escarpment.
peaceful.
He's still
And
standing.
the great. What's wrong with
and the gardener watches that go. He just hears her sigh, useless. And then she is gonna lean back
So
and
real
like
for
full
that, too.
Sparta one leg up and just boot MD in the chest. What is your fort DC?
29.
42.
My God.
Okay.
This
Dude,
leg
that's just
is just
ridiculous.
going to blast you backwards. And you're going to see her kick and the MD just sail.
Whoa!
through the- gone. I'm going to sail through the air. And you have catfall actually, so
Yeah.
you won't land prone. You can catch yourself. You land down there, and you sort of look at the guy next to you, and the guy who's getting up kind of dusts himself out, looks at you, and he's like, "Oh God."
First time.
And then
This
she
is how the Colosseum got invented.
is going to spin around Reginald here,
No.
twisting out of this porcelain barrier,
No.
and swing her kukri down towards Cammy.
Oh,
You
now
don't
you're
want to
messed
hit
up.
me. You don't want to do it. It's crazy. You don't want to hit me.
35.
35. That
Sec-
will hit. That won't crit.
Not a crit without even your magic armor's gone. But is it quick? You're not flat-footed or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a hit. You trying to disappear?
Huh?
You trying to disappear?
No,
looking at stuff.
no. Keep going.
Okay. You can take 14 points of slashing damage.
Slashing damage.
Slashing damage.
That's so crazy.
Really? Tell us why, Cammy.
That's so. This is my favorite flavor text on any of the cards. You curse the target, punishing it for having the audacity to spill your blood.
How?
I prepared a blood vendetta at 4th that's gonna do a little extra damage.
So what does this look like?
So she's gonna deal damage to me first, but she's gonna wish she hadn't.
Oh, okay. It's crazy how hard rogue damage drops when they're not getting sneak attack.
Yeah.
You ever see
Crazy.
someone's damage roll go from 8d6 to 2d6? That right there.
Whoa! Oh my
Crazy.
gosh.
She has 6d6. She has 6. Why does she have 6? That's so many sneak attack dice.
She's a cheater.
She has 6
Also,
sneak
it's
attack
5
dice.
less damage.
So what
over
is she
the
doing to me? How much did she do?
14.
9.
9.
I'm staring at this guy in front of me. You see the long cut open up.
She
on
even get
my
double
arm.
digits on you without sneak attack.
Oh my gosh. She can make a will saving throw.
As a little treat.
Okay. Will saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it? What?
It's a 44.
It's a 44. Never mind. The target's unaffected.
What happens? What do you
Nothing.
do though?
Literally nothing.
Like what do you do? It's a spell. You cast something.
Well, I was gonna cast a spell.
You cast the spell.
I cast the spell as soon as she comes up to hit me. The whole time I'm like sitting over there like, you don't want to hit me right now. You don't want to do. Like I'm so confident.
And she
and
hits
then-
you.
As she slashed, I was like, and it just fizzles.
And her mask just looking down at you.
Oh, that was gonna be so cool.
Oh no. She just.
Cammy,
That's brutal.
you got enoughed by the anime antagonist.
I was so confident.
Get her.
Yeah. I'll get her. Oh, it's
Get
my
her-
turn.
Get her.
I'll
Get her down
I'll
here with
get,
me.
I'll get her. I'll get her. Oh my
Get her
gosh, I'll
down.
get her. I'll get her. Oh. What am I gonna do? I'm never in front.
I'm in melee. What do I do? Help!
I don't know what to do when I'm that close.
Push her.
Push her. Go down to the pit. No, you're-
Send. If you critically succeed, she goes to the pit.
Normally I do this when I'm hurting a little bit more. But I find myself so preciously close to the front line here. And I don't often get to use my, Gesundheit, my
little alarm thing.
I don't often get to use a touch spell when you're this small.
You're like, well, that didn't work.
So
Next
as soon
spell.
as my thing fizzles out, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I just grip onto her arms as she's slashing into me. It's vampiric touch.
Of course, it's vampiric touch. Fortitude save, you say?
Yes, I believe so, sir.
35, you say?
It's just a success. She'll take out.
Half damage, you say?
Get in there.
Very anime vibes.
Huh. 13.
That's half?
Oh, I did that weird.
Did you,
Hold on.
you only roll
I
half
rolled
the dice?
half of
That's
them.
fine. No, yeah, that's fine. So that's what I do
Well,
too,
wait,
honestly.
You don't know.
Just roll
She just wants to roll a lot of dice.
Okay.
That was a 4. Everybody saw it.
You're 13 plus those 3
Oh,
dice.
that's a 10. So wait, what did you say? That's a 10. That's a 10.
It should be 27 halved.
So 13.
Is it really?
Yeah, because you did 13, right? And then this is also. Sorry, my bad.
She's gonna take.
No, 13. That's also. This is also
That's
10.
a 10.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what 10. So 23. 23.
23 halved.
So less.
So 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So less.
She's gonna take 11
I
points
was
of
like, why am
damage.
I doing this wrong?
But it's correct.
It's okay. She takes 11 points of damage from this spell.
That's more dice than I would have rolled for the thing I wanted to.
You heal for 11. You get 11 temp HP. It's not even a
Yeah,
heal. It's
dude.
temp HP.
Yes, I do.
She
Is
did
it full? Is it 11 or half of that?
No. I get the. No, I get half. I get half.
5.
Yeah, 5. Hey,
5
you
points
know
of
what?
temp
That's
HP.
half of what she hit me for.
That's true. More than half, actually.
Yeah.
One action left.
Oh, I don't want to be in front of her. Oh my gosh, guys, this isn't where I'm meant to be. But if I move, I know she'll hit me. So, I'm just going to look up above and call out to Marius and be like, could you please come back down? I don't want to. I think this should be your job. You're stoked.
Marius.
Okay. Instead of doing that,
He never does what you want him to do because he's a coward. He runs away.
I'm gonna try to end the fight.
He's effective.
Mari's gonna run across the building 30 feet, so over the far window. And then
He's got 30
turn
feet of
around
range.
and try to give her some more
He's
shots.
in fall. He's out of volley distance.
It's a deadly aim and another hunted shot. And I'm gonna please dice. Let's finish this. Let's be. We're angry. We don't like this.
She's looking. She's bloodied.
She's bloody.
She's bloodied.
She's weak
We
5
can
to
end
This could
this.
do
piercing.
it. This could do it.
We can't end this.
It could. It
Um,
won't, but it could.
Well, okay, so that's a. Why did I hide all of my math? 32.
32 is not going
That's
to
how
hit.
math
She's
works.
got a little buckler on her arm. And she doesn't. 32 is close. She doesn't get all the way out of that one. She has to, like, kind of shunt it with a little buckler.
Well, nothing happened.
The flurry of shots raining down from
Does
behind,
not help me,
shooting
my
right
friend.
over your shoulders,
Okay,
Reginald, down towards her.
You see my fur as I'm, dodging, fighting, whatever. Then all of a sudden, you guys see like my fur just like start twitching and going much faster, and I'll cast haste on myself, and so that takes up 2 actions,
But gives you one.
but it also gives me 1.
Yeah, so functionally only really one action to cast it if you think about it.
Correct.
Look
As
at-
long as you use it correctly, which I will use not my extra hasted action because I believe I have to strike with my
Yes.
extra hasted
Or move, yeah.
action. I will use devise a stratagem on that last action, that last third action. Then I'll have an attack. So
Just thinking.
here's my devise a stratagem.
Seeing the code.
Mother Zanzibar for Afghanistan. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
That sounds like it wasn't good. Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
what
use my last reroll. Why have one more? Because I keep failing and we have great fans. This
Scott.
was from
Scott.
Scott. I'm not gonna say great Scott because he gets it all the time, and I don't want to do that to him.
I don't think we've ever said that.
We have been.
Great Scott from I'm gonna re-roll that.
It
Should
seems
I go?
obvious at hindsight, but yeah,
actually,
it's
we kind
It's
of.
boring.
This is my devise a stratagem. It's okay. This is my devise a stratagem.
devising a better stratagem.
No, I'm not. So that
I heard
failed.
Corey laugh before you reacted.
That failed.
Looking at
So-
the camera.
So I
Oh my
can't.
gosh.
If you attack her, that's what you'll get.
Right, which
So
isn't
don't
gonna
do
work.
that.
So
Which isn't gonna work.
So do something else. Hasted action.
it's a hasted action.
So I'm
All you
hasted.
can do is strike your stride.
So, and I have nowhere else to hit, but I can battle medicine
Nope,
myself.
hasted action. You can only strike or move.
Wait, no, because I used the device stratagem.
Right.
Right.
You had 3 actions.
So that failed.
You had 3 actions.
So
it doesn't-
can I
it doesn't
choose not
fail.
to-
You use it. So you use 2 actions to haste. 1 action is devise a stratagem. What
Right.
that action does is that if you attack, that's what you'll get. You
Right.
can just not attack her and not use it,
Right. So can I do that part?
but you still use devise a stratagem. That action's still gone.
Oh.
It's just loaded. So all you have
Oh,
now is the
correct.
hasted action.
Just hit her.
But you can swing at her. You see how poorly it's gonna go, and he's like, "Nah, I'd win." And then he does
No,
exactly
I'd
how
win.
he thought it would.
I'd win.
There's nothing else I can do. Oh, there.
He just takes a swing.
Yes.
I mean, it's whatever you roll on the stratagem.
is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what devise works. It free rolls.
Yep.
So wait, so won't I just have something else I could do? Wait, no.
You can move.
I could either move or strike. That's
Yep,
what we're
that's
saying.
it with a hasted action.
He's got it.
I will move to the exact opposite side of her.
Other side. It'll work better from over here.
No. Sorry. The right of Cammy, or me and
Oh,
Cammy are flanking.
Flank
We're
town.
gonna
All right,
flank.
he's going to.
I'm gonna flank.
We're flanking. Cammy's flanking.
Ah!
All right.
MD, welcome to the pit.
How steep is this incline?
It's like a 45 degree. It's like an action. I won't like demean you by making you make an athletics check, but it would be like an action to
Please.
climb to the top of it.
Please don't demean me. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna just run it to the top. I'll get to you later, bud.
There you are. And he scrambles back up.
What's up? Stab.
Stab.
She hit Cammy. I know she
Does her
hit Cammy.
debilitation end at the start of your turn or the end of your turn?
Into my turn.
So she's still weak to piercing.
Yes. Natural 20.
You just wait till my brother gets here.
She hit Cammy.
He's gonna
Instantly crit by
beat
MD.
your butt.
The pipeline continues.
Yep.
It's 100% of the time. This is anyone hits the baby. Oh my
16,
God.
20, 25, 28, 35
Oh my gosh.
70 times 2.
times 2.
70
Yep.
plus weak to piercing. 75. What happens?
Yeah!
As she,
Holy crap, that's such a big hit.
as she hits Cammy, her back is turned to the ledge where she just kicked her biggest throat over. I scramble back up and just grab her by the head and just shove the sword right through her. Right on the opposite side where I pierced her the first time. Pull out.
She's in the middle. This is literally like it's like the scene where she's standing over Cammy and you're trying to fight her back and she has this kukri raised up and you just see the sword stick out of her chest. Like,
Cammy sees the sword like right in her
yeah, the sword just right in front of Cammy's face. And then she just falls over and it's just MD standing there. Sunrise behind him at the top of the embankment.
And then I'm going to jump down the embankment to the other guy and just be next to him.
Yeah, I mean, you jumped
I
down.
think that he's gone.
No, that dude is not
Jump.
continuing.
I don't think
That's
he wants to fight, man.
as he sees her crumple and you just slide back down the embankment. This guy at the bottom just drops his sword and looks at his unconscious friend, thinks about it for like half a second, and just starts running.
Take your buddy with you.
He doesn't stop.
Oh, well, I'll leave him here. He's fine.
He's
He's
just
okay.
Get a
running.
blanket, put it
You
over
just
him.
see boots. He's just running away from the shore.
Wait, we finally
Off
won a battle.
into
We
the
could
woods.
loot finally, rather than like just running.
What she got?
A kukri.
Oh my god.
Poison. A bad attitude.
Then it's 100% success rate. Touch Cammy, get crit for 1 million. Like it happens every single time.
That's what we
You
need the
can't
compilation
touch the
of.
baby.
How many
Both the
times over the
D8s.
course of strange aeons?
Both the D8s rolled max.
I saw that when you went 8-16. I did pick up on that. Oh my god, you can't touch
Somebody
the
touches
baby.
Gabby, and then it's like the little exclamation, but like, whoop!
He literally jumps back up the cliff and just no. Without a word, the gardener's body crumples down to the ground, bleeding out in the road. Fall damage, I'm pretty sure, is actually non-lethal, so I think the guy at the bottom is cut up but just unconscious. He's just taking a little nap. It's just the gardener who's been murdered here. And as the fight comes to a stop, Daldemain eventually makes his way back over to the door and pokes his head out. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good at all. We
Should leave.
We should all leave very, very rapidly.
Yes.
But you are. That was a great gardener. You were. Saviors I never would have dreamed of having. But we need to go. We need to go. What should we? Oh, we killed a great gardener. I'm a part of this.
Well, we are all now a part of this. We need to get out of this.
Well, then where is yours? That your ship there on the river?
Yes, go.
We're going to be enemies
Yeah.
of Gulp leaving here for sure.
Hop down and be like, let's walk and talk. Let's.
Okay. You quickly scrambled together to grab her things, and I will tell you.
Ooh, wait, before we go, can we hide the body?
Absolutely. You have a barn, and you have some bushes,
don't
and
think
you have
it-
a river.
hide the because look, if they just don't find the evidence of the person,
There's a guy who lived who ran.
we could hide her somewhere else. Wait, we bring the body with us.
No.
I think that it's sort of
It's
a
fine.
foregone conclusion.
We shouldn't have let
I
them.
quickly
Take a loot
take
and run.
Yeah, quickly take what you guys and go. Whatever is loose.
You're a detective.
You grab-
We have an eyewitness.
You grab
We should
her
not have done that.
hand crossbow. You grab her kukri.
Is it a magical hand crossbow?
We'll
They
find
are both
Is it Omega?
very magical. Yes. And both of them are powerful but simple runes that as you return to your ship and shove off with Daldemain and his 3 retainers, once the one had been convinced to come back out, where he had also run some fair distance into the forest,
Fair. Good reaction.
the group of you are back underway, finding that this Grey Gardener is very, very well equipped by the Revolutionary Council to handle Galt's woes. Both the kukri and the hand crossbow are +2 striking.
Ooh, very nice.
If anybody is missing +2
Me.
runes
And I use a hand crossbow
on their weapon, you can just take her crossbow. You don't have to move the runes. Just take
kind
hers.
of-
Well,
That's
but
yours now.
amongst the team, I
No,
want
what kind of crossbow do you have right now?
just a normal one. It's just no
Is it-
runes or no
Here,
nothing.
Take that.
Oh, yeah,
Right
take
now.
Easy upgrade done.
I can actually update the loot table now. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute since everything you found's been the dream and crazy.
Yeah.
You also have this little heart-shaped amulet that you didn't really get an opportunity to look at
Do you need any help
or
with that?
investigate.
You can sit down next to me and help.
And here
I
on the
can
deck,
smell the magic.
I could also
Smells
identify
magic.
magic as well. Magical things.
We don't talk about Cammy's nose as much as we used to.
oh,
She
I
had a very
forgot about that.
sensitive
You
nose.
I can
literally
smell the magic.
She could have smelled those people coming from a mile away.
Here, as you sit down on the deck with this little necklace, Daldemain looks down at it. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, and I'll be forthcoming, I am, well, perhaps as evidenced by the fact that I'm running from my life, my nation, and her people, perhaps somewhat of a bit of a coward at heart. I don't know these Stardust Augurs. I just didn't have any idea of where else to turn. So I never really put it on. It honestly scares me a little. You can feel it in your hand, can't you? It's something quite potent. It's warm. It's glowing.
The great thing about cowards is that they live longer.
I don't believe it harbors any ill intent, but
As he's talking. Cowards live longer.
as you
Explode.
put it on,
Please explode.
you immediately feel a dark presence in your mind. No, not really. You put it on,
It's my new best friend.
and this
He can never leave.
little heart set in a gold frame, little filigree around it, little red and gold heart in the front of this, sits warmly against your neck. What is your constitution?
4 plus 4 plus 5. Oh,
Go ahead and unfold that once.
Ooh.
I'll tell you, as part of this wheel, we had a conversation, I believe it was on a post show the other day, about how much we kind of weren't as kidded as I
Yes.
hoped we'd be by Vadrack, because our solution to every dream fight has been to run away and not finish it and get the loot. So I thought it would be a pretty potent wheel to give you, in the real world, one of the dream items you didn't find. And with that first unfold there, I will tell you this is a Constitution Apex item.
That's pretty good.
It certainly does some other things, but that will come around later.
Figure that out.
As the power of this is something that's going to be pretty far beyond any of your real ability to unravel. Also, Chat's got a good point. If you want to hide a body, you know you have a ghoul,
I
right?
forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
Look
have,
around, he has the body
Yeah.
on him.
you have a literal ghoul.
we already made the mistake by letting the other one go.
who
We
would
should have
just
actually killed that one off.
Love to have a taste, just little nip.
I can
Probably
run back
did.
and then.
Would you just leave that body behind, Ghoul Man? Because
I
oddly,
don't
as
think
she
I would've.
falls,
I generally.
you
forgot
do
I could've.
like you feel, like you see it, and you have the thought, but you don't feel that compulsion as strong as you once did.
I would have been satiated since I said I ran 30 feet, so I wouldn't have been like starving, but I think I would have kind of been like, sounds good.
Don't listen to the devil in your ear. As the ship moors off. Oh, one more thing she would have had is a small potion. It would be a little metal stoppered flask with a liquid that smells very, very sweet and looks to be almost bubbling, fizzing, with a bit of a
LaCroix.
pink color to it, a pale pink color to it. This is a potion of some kind. I'm just gonna. I know you got it. Was 1 billion crafters in this party. Yeah, one of you would get the 17. That is a potion of fly.
Ooh.
Imagine Marius flying through the air.
One use potion of just fly around a little bit.
You know what? Actually, I just handed it to Marius.
You don't need a roof. Just drink the runaway potion and just
Write
shoot at
that
them from
down.
up there.
Write that down somewhere.
That's gonna be it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. We've all finally escaped the dream, returned to the waking world, and rescued a poor, totally, completely innocent man,
A poor rich man.
No.
poor rich man,
Oh, rich man.
from the pursuit of one of Galt's Grey Gardeners. We're back underway. Still fairly early in the morning. It wasn't long after sunrise when you spotted those three on the shore. You've still the whole day ahead of you.
Brisk morning exercise.
And, again, we can say it with a little bit less of a sarcastic tone this time. You have all of the things from the Mad Poets list. What comes next? Thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's going to be it for us. We'll see you all next week. Next Sunday. New time slot, but this time slot, same place. 3 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/UGT show. Until then, stay safe. Stay sane.